voice of Jedi Johnson narrates the way, and the ever-steady Styx point shall ride away your brain. Bad to the bone, Bruce and Furnace pick up for days on days, and the great sound covers Boba Fett's have bad writing to slay. We are all damage of damage. We are all damage of damage. We are all damage. The qualified. The qualified. We are prepared.
And hello, Joe, you gonna turn the camera on? And welcome to a brand new episode of The Qualified. I am Jedi Johnson, 22, joined as always and finally here, curtain call, by the great Dom Tober.
Yes,
we don't know where Styx is.
I would be turning on my camera any second now, but StreamYard is giving me a little bit of a guff. So
okay, we're getting rolling great. Joesduelin here is the architect, and joining us, our special guest, James Aquilone. Hopefully I didn't screw it up between the last, you just told us how to pronounce it, so hopefully I got it right.
Before.
Yes, now what are you, because you're a man of many titles, writer, editor, owner, can we say publisher as well? Because
yeah.
There you go. Of Monstrous Media.
And I'm a fulfillment manager too. I do.
Yes, you get to do all the shipping and handling and fulfillment as well.
All the boxes, yeah.
Oh, that's fun. So
we're
happy to have you here tonight.
I was reading through your brief bio, and former child model. Is that accurate or is that a joke?
Yeah.
It was one gig.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you could put it on the resume. It's legit. So yeah, we're gonna run through our little list tonight, and then we're gonna talk to James about his newest project that's up on Kickstarter right now, and walk through some of your other projects, highlight some of that other good stuff that you've done as well. So
that sounds great.
So what you got, Jedi? You got something?
Oh, we're rolling into what? Pickups?
No, we'll do pickups after James. We're gonna roll into the just looking in because Pete did not give us an outside looking in this week, so we will just roll into our just looking in.
I'm drinking. I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day.
So we're going to go through the just looking in this week. Not the books that didn't make the top 10 and were just outside. These are just books I found interesting that were released this week. So when Pete lets me know a couple hours, before the show that, hey, you're not going to have an OLI tonight, I just kind of say, hey, I'm just going to grab stuff that I find interesting.
Yep. Put the kids to bed early. It's Joe's list.
I'm a little tame tonight. First up on the list, Wonder Woman 25, Yasmin Putri, pumpkin spice variant. I like Yasmin Putri.
I like pumpkin spice. So there we go.
She had a couple good covers out. She has a wonderful book of work, and I'm really hoping at some point she catches on a little more with people going back and chasing her stuff because she is a fantastically phenomenal artist. So, and there's a lot of those pumpkin spices out there this week. I'm sure a lot of people are picking up that Nightwing shirtless cover out there. But
Bruce, I'm gonna find that. You got like 10 copies.
Yeah, but I'm sticking with this one this week. Next up on the list, you know what? I threw up Jeff Landshark number 4. I like these Marvel Rival covers. And this was a C cover. I don't know how many shops are buying across the board tons of copies of Jeff to buy all of the covers, but I'll take a Luna Snow cover. Why not? Next up on the list, why not have a J. Scott Campbell cover in there? Grim Fairy Tales 100. You got a J. Scott Campbell gatefold variant on cover F. It's been a while. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen some Campbell stuff and Zenoscope in the same sentence. So, why not? It's Zenoscope. It's always fun. And it's J. Scott. You get it. He'll sign it like 7 times. It'll be fantastic. He's a great guy. Yes, the Nightwing one is doing pretty well on the market. I figured Pete would probably have it on his list, so I didn't want to put it on this one. Up next, Orphans and the Five Beasts, Bath of Blood, #1, a little Dark Horse title. We talked about James Stocco. What was that? Last week or the week before, when we were talking about the artists, the detail artists, artists who just go crazy with ridiculous amounts of detail in their artwork. He was one of the ones we talked about. New title out from Dark Horse. So you can go out there, get a nice cheap book, flip through some really cool art, and hopefully the story's pretty good too. And I think last on our list this week, I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for old stuff. I love Mad Cave is bringing back Phantom, and there was a nice 1 in 10 Nacho Bustos variant. It's nice and old school. All of the covers on Phantom from Mad Cave this week are pretty cool and good. But you can't beat a guy punching a damn alligator. That's just too cool. I mean, the stars and everything, it's just perfect. So that's what we got up on the list for this week in our Just Looking In.
Work for Ace Ventura.
Yeah. Jedi, do you want to say hey to the
let's say hello to the chat. We don't have very many people. Nobody really stormed in today, but we got a few.
Bruce.
Ed, what's going on, Ed? We'll watch the show live tomorrow. Have fun. Don't get influenced by Joe too much. I feel like that's directed at me, but Ed, we'll catch you tomorrow. Thanks for dropping in and dropping us a chat. Grumpy G, evening all. What's going on, Grumpy? Back at you. And Kingdom of Nerds, Brucifer, hello, his fellow goons. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know anything until I show.
Where's everybody? People are dropping in. Jim, the Bag Snob. That's a new one. Is that new? Jim, are you new? Hey guys, what's going on, Jim? Love the name, Jim, the Bag Snob.
Well, he looks like he knows Bruce.
And the always faithful Terry Floyd here. What's going on, Terry? Hey, y'all. Terry was, as always, with us on Tuesday when we did our Doctor Who show over on Styx's channel. James, are you a Doctor Who fan? Do you like Doctor Who?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Joe and I, Styx is a big Doctor Who fan, so Joe and I know nothing about Doctor Who, so he
absolutely nothing.
He makes us sit through Doctor Who episodes every Tuesday. He forces us at gunpoint, basically.
To the head and tells him you can't go anywhere. You have to watch this show.
Yeah.
From the classic stuff to the modern stuff.
Yeah, so it's fun. I like making fun of it. To me, it's like Mystery Science Theater, 3000. I sit there and crack on it. It's fun for me.
Where is Styx by any chance? What happened? Did you come on?
He'll be here eventually, I guess.
He's still cranking up the internet. I have no idea where he's going.
Yeah,
he see the gerbils today.
That's 1930s, so it has to crank up. He needs the chipmunks inside the little spinning wheel to get it going. So
Styx.
I think we said hello to everybody. So. Kind of a light crowd, at least some light on the chat today. So let's get into the next segment.
I'm sure some people will be there. Let's pop into this here. So James, #1, welcome. Give us the rundown of Monstrous Media and when it started, where it's at now, how you guys are distributing, and all that fun stuff.
Well, Monstrous started about 3 years ago. I had already been doing some stuff on Kickstarter. I had already done a book called Classic Monsters Unleashed, and then I had done the Kolchak 50th anniversary graphic novel. And then at that point, I said, I should really just start my own publishing company, so I don't have to. Not that I don't have to deal with other publishers, but
we've heard publisher nightmares.
So. Yeah, if you want to talk about that, we can do a whole show. I mean, I've been ripped off by every publisher I've ever worked with except for one, for Crystal Lake Publishing. They're good people, but everyone else has not been great. And I was doing all the work, so it was just like I am the publisher here, and I was doing the Kickstarters and running them, and I was responsible for the money. So I am the publisher. So I might as well start my own publishing company. So that's why I started Monstrous, and we obviously focus on monsters and horror. We sometimes get into some fantasy and some science fiction, and we're focused now more on comics, but we do prose books, we do prose anthologies, we pretty much do everything. We have a magazine. We do single issue comics. We do anthologies. We do pro stuff. Even getting into trading cards. So now we're Monstrous Media. So we're trying to expand, and we are getting distribution now. So I'm hoping next year we're actually going to be in places like Barnes and Noble and your local comic book shop. Yeah,
Nice.
That would be very nice. So how'd you get your start? And because the journey for people into comics is sometimes
I know where it started.
This is always what I wanted to do, and other people are kind of like make their way into it.
I mentioned this a little bit. So I'm reading James's, it's a brief biography, and so this is Dom is gonna love this. So once Dom hears this, he's not gonna shut up. He got his start on. He was raised on Saturday morning cartoons. And go, Dom, go.
Yeah, definitely, man. Hey, listen, anybody raised on Saturday morning cartoons is a great person.
Yeah.
The nostalgia and just what it brings, just what it stands for. Look, cereal in the morning, Saturday morning, watching the cartoons. Can't wait to Saturday. Like it was just.
He was raised on Captain Crunch too, Dom. What are you? You're like, get out of his head.
No, friggin' Apple Jacks, you get friggin' Life cereal. I get all this stuff that, but that's something that is deep in my heart, man. That, the 80s is something that I wish I can go back to. I always say that. My wife gets mad at me. She's always like, no, you can't go back. You're here now. I said, I go, but there was something magical about that time period.
Yeah,
I know that the landscape is different, but the political stuff is the same because there was stuff going on back then too. It was just so much stuff to give us.
So what?
Occupied.
I gotta stop Dom, or he'll keep going.
No.
So what cartoons did you? I mean, were you just like because where I grew up in the country, I had ABC and CBS, and that's it.
Yeah.
This was in the 80s. So what cartoons influenced you early on in your childhood?
It's Schoolhouse Rock, man.
Well, I go back to the 70s. So
okay, all right.
So I mean, the big cartoon in the 70s for me was Super Friends.
Super Friends.
There you go. Hey.
Hey, look, I was born 1970, so I'm with you. I'm with you, man.
Yeah, I mean that's huge for me.
Who was your favorite Super Friend? Oh, go ahead. You go first.
It's gotta be Superman.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, but I love the Wonder Twins, and I love I love Apache Chief. I don't know why. I just like
the Wonder Twins. McFarlane's making a Wonder Twin.
I was pissed when they canceled the Wonder Twins live action. I was freaking pissed.
Wonder Twin power, activate, form of a bucket, shape of water. Come on, man. It's great.
Yeah.
I think the guy got screwed, but yeah, his powers were weak compared to the sister. But all right, sorry. Go ahead, Jay.
A puddle or something at one point.
He was always a bucket of water or some sort of ice.
An eagle, a gorilla. I know they transform to a bunch of things. It was just. But
his sister's like a freaking dinosaur, and he's like a puddle of water.
Yeah, he got the short end of that gene pool.
Yeah.
Oh, and of course the Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man cartoon. That was great. Which was actually before my time, but that was being rerun even in the late 70s.
Yeah, I would catch that, The Incredible Hulk, and Iron Man, the old 60s ones. That were always fantastic.
Doc Bruce Banner, built it by Gamma.
I remember they had it was very a very serious, like Planet of the Apes cartoon.
Oh yeah,
really kind of dark and serious.
Planet of the Apes is dark all around.
You know what's funny? You ever notice with the Planet of the Apes cartoon? Did it remind you of like a Bible? Because they used to have a Bible cartoon on too.
Oh yeah,
and it reminded me of that because it was serious tones. Like they were looking. Yeah, I remember that. It's like. I watched it, but that's cool, man.
It had the same tone as the Star Trek anime.
Yes, the Star Trek part. Yep.
Oh yes,
it was very serious but it was very cool. So yeah, you had all that awesome stuff back in at that time, and it was prime time for geeks in the 70s because I grew up with right when Star Wars came out and Superman the movie, and then next it was Flash Gordon and Superman 2 and Raiders of the Lost Ark, and it was just
hell, even E.T.
Look,
yeah.
I just don't understand today how people can't write a movie. Everything was fresh ideas back then. this idea is now the right stuff, and people just don't know how to write it
They-
anymore. It's really
They
bad.
get it right every once in a while. They get it right.
once in a while,
Aliens.
but not as good as
Aliens Earth was pretty good. Aliens Earth. We won't get into that. Right? Maybe get into that
80s
later.
was
But
like just the golden age for the blockbuster. I mean,
Yep.
Back to the Future, Ghostbusters.
And you know what's funny? They didn't make $1 billion. Like they count the movies making $1 billion today to be successful, but those movies are successful just on nostalgia alone. The merchandise, the toys, and just
Merchandising was crazy.
Yeah.
In 1989, I don't know anybody that didn't have some type of Batman merchandise, be it
God, yeah.
bootleg or regular, because it was just everywhere.
So where did you kind of make your turn from Super Friends and Spider-Man to the more like sounds like just from looking at some of your work, you kind of made a turn at some point into like monsters, whether it's Universal monsters or zombie, that kind of stuff. So it was that like in your like later like teenage years you got more into that like
I'm gonna get in trouble.
I didn't know I was leading you down a dark path with that question. I'm sorry.
Damn, Jedi.
I'm gonna whisper. No, because the horror stuff came more after I got married. So,
Okay.
so
We're all married. We understand.
yeah, okay, but you get it, But she's a huge horror fan, and it got me more into horror. So it came later in life, and I guess it aligns more with my personal life now.
Yep.
But I'm still into the superheroes and stuff. But yeah, I'm more focused on the horror stuff. But that did come, it also was like in the early 2000s when I was always into zombies and stuff. But back in the 80s when I was a kid, that stuff really scared me. So I was really kind of traumatized by zombie movies. I saw if you remember a movie called Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things.
Yep.
And that freaked me out because I saw that when I was like 8 years old on Chilla Theater.
Yeah.
I was watching it under my dining room table. And it really affected me. So I really stayed away from zombie movies. And then in the early 2000s, when they came out with 28 Days Later and the new Dawn of the Dead,
I've shared this story before, but James, you've never heard it. For whatever reason, I have a brother who's about a year older than I am. So back in, and he'll testify to this. When we were younger, back in the single digits, for whatever reason, our mom was a single mom. And she would take us to the most scary ass movies in the theater. And to this day, I ask her why she does it. And she's like, I don't know. But I mean, like It's Alive, Burnt Offerings, all these like
House was the first R-rated movie I saw in the theater when I was probably 9 years old.
Yeah, William Cat.
Yep. Greatest American.
Shadow of the Hawk.
Shit, when I was growing up, the Dawn of the Dead is my favorite zombie movie. 1979, Dawn of the Dead, the original Dawn of the Dead. And I remember I was watching TV late night. Got up
Traumatized, traumatized.
3 in the morning. The preview for freaking of Dawn of the Dead came on. When a fly guy was in the fly boy was in the elevator and it opened up and he was like this. I got scared shit on that because
that's why I wet the bed, Cosmic. That's why I wet the bed until I was 18. That's what I remember.
Yeah. Zombie stuff, horror stuff is definitely a great genre right now. There's so much of it out there. And shit, I kind of thought that you would say you used to watch Abbott and Costello meets Dracula and Frankenstein.
I did.
That's
good
good
stuff.
stuff
My
too.
introduction to horror because I used to watch that on Sunday morning or Sunday afternoons.
The Stooges.
No, absolutely no. I based so much of the Cult Check. I did the Cult Check meets the Classic Monsters.
There you go, man. That was great too. Night Stalker.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I mean that was really when I started into the horror, but that was more, humorous stuff. So I mean, I'm very much into like the horror comedy too. But yeah, that was my introduction to horror. Was probably the first time I saw any horror movie was with Abbott Costello.
Yeah, when I was 8, my friends decided to rent The Exorcist because, of course, at that age, when you went to a movie store, your parents didn't care what you grabbed off the shelf as long as it shut you up for 2 hours. And I watched The Exorcist, and as, of course, being raised a lapsed Catholic, it freaked me the hell out. For 2 years, I slept with a rosary. because I was so freaked out.
Yeah.
That shit is still scary to this day to me.
That didn't scare me nearly as much as the Omen and Damien. That shit I still won't watch that. I wouldn't go see the remake. I was like, no, I ain't
What
going
about
to see
Rosemary's Baby? Rosemary's Baby was from
Rosemary's Baby was fantastic as well.
man.
Yeah.
Well, Cassavetes, anything Cassavetes is in makes me happy. So some of your prior work, James. If you want to talk about any of these projects here that you've done and kind of what they were about and what drew you towards the material.
Well, Dead Jack's a zombie, so that was again, my love of the horror comedy, and yeah, I mean, I love detective stuff. So I wanted to do a detective story, but I wanted to do a weird detective story. And I just thought, like, what's the stupidest thing I can think of? Let me do a zombie detective. And that's how Dead Jack was born. And then I found out there were other people who had done zombie detectives, like Kevin Anderson and Tim Wagner. And then they ended up putting them in a book with Dead Jack, and we did a whole thing. But Dead Jack was my first Kickstarter back in 2016. And I had no fans. No one knew who the hell I was. And I didn't think I was going to make even $10. And then I ended up making like over $5,000, and it did very well. And then it was optioned for a movie and TV series. And
cool.
I kind of was on my way, I guess, after with Dead Jack.
Yeah, I was going to say, I looking back at all your Kickstarters, they all seem to be well funded, and they seem to do pretty well.
Yeah,
I'm initially. I just like and I'm a visual person, and then I read the story, but what gets me first is the visuals. These covers are awesome. And I say that being a well-known TNA guy, these covers are pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the first Dead Jack cover. We updated that. That was now I forget the artist's name, but it was a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, I'm very much into the covers. So if the cover's crap, then I wouldn't want to do the book. So to me, the cover comes first. So
I was going to ask you. You said, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but you said that. Do you have one artist that you kind of like? Do you have like a go-to artist, or do you just like take samples from different artists and make a decision based on just what they submit, or how's that process work?
I've been using a lot of different artists. I used Colton Worley a lot, and Colton did the classic Monsters Unleashed, and then J.K. Woodward did the Shakespeare Unleashed. So I use J.K. I've worked with a bunch of times. So a lot of the artists I've worked with a lot, but I'm always using new artists. So some of them work with different projects and then the different stuff we're doing. Colton's really great for pulp stuff, and he does a lot of pulp stuff. He'll do like the Shadow and stuff like that. So I use him a lot. But I lately I've been adding a lot of different artists. So
yeah, I've seen some hack stuff and stuff like that in there, and it's because we every quarter we kind of do Kickstarter updates, and your books popped up on there a couple times. Just kind of saying, hey, this is interesting stuff that's out there this quarter that's kind of still live, and that one hack cover that you had caught my attention. I was like, ooh, Robert Hack.
Robert Hack's really awesome. Oh yeah, and he does Doctor Who.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does
Doctor Who. Where's Styx?
Where is Styx?
Yeah,
Exactly.
They'll show up eventually. He sticks. Shakespeare Unleashed. That was interesting because you're taking a known quantity and kind of twisting it a bit. And you have a lot of writers on there as well. What have you always been a Shakespeare fan, or was it just kind of like, hey, there's a good bulk of material here that we could work with?
To be or not to be.
And how do you get everybody together to be like, hey, can you tweak a Shakespeare sonnet or story to be a horror bent?
No, that was a little bit harder to get people for than it was for Classic Monsters Unleashed. Classic Monsters Unleashed, I think everybody I asked to do that said yes. Some people, I think, were a little intimidated with Shakespeare Unleashed because they were like, "Oh, Shakespeare," And some people, I had one writer even drop out. Go, I can't do this.
I can't.
I was like, yeah, well, what's the big deal? You just rewrite it.
I mean, thou and therefores, or
Oh yeah, to be or not to be. That is a question which is double the mind. It's an hour long outrageous fortune. That's it.
You could have done it in the book. Yeah, I mean, look, pretty much everything made today it has been influenced by Shakespeare in some way. So everything you're doing kind of goes back to that. You know, I would say any story that's probably written today, there's some kind of it aligns with some Shakespeare one of his plays. He did everything, and you know,
either directly or indirectly.
Yeah, and he really influenced our language too. So you really can't get away from Shakespeare. And I was always like an English nerd too. So I mean, I kind of really got into Shakespeare in high school. I was forced to read Hamlet, but then I read it over like a weekend. And I was like, oh, this is awesome.
I love it. Hamlet's still my favorite, hands down.
I remember when I watched Hamlet. When I watched the movie Hamlet, I loved it. He was holding the skull and he's talking. You know, it was just where he was talking. I didn't know what the hell he was saying, but I enjoyed the language, man. But it was great.
And then I saw back in I guess the early '90s, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, and I thought that was such an amazing movie. And I was like, that's such a awesome idea how these characters are like kind of in the Shakespeare's world and kind of coming in and out of like the play of Hamlet and stuff. So a lot of that was also kind of influenced that. And I was like, I always wanted to do something like that where we kind of play around with Shakespeare.
You could have watched Gargoyles and got the whole Shakespearean thing from Gargoyles. You know,
that's excellent.
That was good stuff.
Excellent. Dead Detective Society.
There you go. You got some boobs in there.
There you go.
Yeah.
We love that. And Omega 11 and Darkest Depths.
He's a boobasaur.
From more compilations to more comic-y stuff. Talk to us about the Dead Detective Society, because there's some interesting characters in there.
Well, yeah. So, like I said, when I did Dead Jack, and I thought I had a really original idea doing a zombie detective, and then I think I wrote the story, and then I Googled it when I was gonna like maybe do something.
Whoops.
And the first thing that came up was Tim Wagner. Tim Wagner has a series called Necropolis, and I was naming my Necropolis, and I was like, oh crap.
I thought maybe you were going to say I thought maybe you were going to say something like what was it, iZombie or something? I don't know where yours falls in the timeline of iZombie.
Yeah, iZombie 2 though. I mean, but that was the first thing that came up because I thought it was clever too, making the world Necropolis, you know. So Tim Wagner had already taken that, and there was a lot of kind of similarities. So then I changed the world to Pandemonium. And then years later, I ended up working with Tim Wagner. And I said, I hope you don't think I ripped you off or anything. But then I found out, and I was working with Kevin Anderson, and he has a zombie detective too called Dan Shamble. So I said, you know what? Let's go full circle and let me bring these guys into an anthology. We put all the zombie detectives, and then we kind of expanded it into just Dead Detectives. And then I'd work with Steve Niles on the Kolchak 50th anniversary thing, and he has a character called Cal McDonald, and then he has his I guess his son Moloch. So I said this would be a great idea. Let's just bring all this together, and I wanted to kind of bring more attention to the zombie detective. I wanted to make that a thing, you know. So that's what did.
We have a question from the chat. One of our regulars, BK, who's always the life of the party, has a question. Do you have any more plans for Kolchak?
Oh yeah, so I have the literary rights to Kolchak. So we're just getting started with Kolchak.
You're just scratching the surface.
Yeah, we've already we reprinted Kolchak the Night Stalker, the original novel. We did the really nice illustrated version of that. Then we did Kolchak Meets the Classic Monsters, which is 3 individual comics plus a collection. And
you got Count Crowley in there, which is fantastic. That made me happy as all hell, because that's a character that cracks
So I mean, Kolchak is just really beloved, and he has a huge fandom, which is crazy because the show hasn't been on the air for 50 years. But there's a very active several Facebook groups dedicated to Kolchak, and they post every day. All there's probably 10 or 20 posts about Kolchak every day in these groups, and they're still talking about it. So I knew there was a lot we could do with Kolchak. And then David Desmolchin, I think that's how you say his name. He contacted me and was like, I want to do Kolchak. I said, all right.
That's cool.
And then I said,
fun.
can we put Count Crowley in there? And he was like, yeah. All right. So I was like, awesome. We have a Kolchak Count Crowley crossover. And Steve Niles also reached out to me. I thought it was a joke because it was on Twitter, and then I ended up talking to him on Twitter, and I was like, "Is this for real? Do you really want to do this?" And it was like, "Yeah." So we got him in there, and then I found out that Rodney Barnes is a huge Kolchak fan too. So we brought Rodney Barnes in, and so Kolchak has just been great for me because I was able to get all of these people involved, and so there's I would say pretty much everybody who's a horror fan and who's maybe a little bit older just loves Kolchak. So
the other good thing now is with services like Tubi and Pluto and even just YouTube, you can get a younger generation that stumbles upon some Kolchak stuff and finds it for the first time and is like, oh, this is cool.
A lot of people are discovering it on YouTube. Yeah, because they bootlegged a lot of this. The Kolchak. The Kolchak movie you can get on YouTube.
Nice. Nope.
That's fantastic. So I'm glad you have the rights to it. That means we can be looking forward to some more Kolchak. And I love the crossovers too. The crossovers are just fun. So you get to throw a bunch of fun characters in there.
Yeah, I'd love to see more of that, but we'll see.
Okay, any Kolchak's good Kolchak in my book. So your current Kickstarter right now. Tell us a little bit about it. The actual Monstrous, the kaiju.
So I've wanted to do a kaiju project for a really long time, and this year is the 70th anniversary of Godzilla, and pretty much every comic book publisher has a Godzilla series right now, right? So I was like, this is the perfect time. Let's take advantage of that, and let's do the kaiju issue. So I've been really digging all that, Marvel. Godzilla that destroys Marvel, and then DC has a series, and IDW I think too. So they're basically licensing it out to everybody. But we're not doing Godzilla comics, but we're doing Godzilla articles and stuff. Celebrating Godzilla, but we'll also have in the magazine itself. It'll be 3 comics, over 30 pages of comics, kaiju comics. Then we'll have articles, and then we have a prose short story from Greg Cox, who wrote the novelization for Godzilla, the 2014 movie, and he's also a big Star Trek guy. He's done a ton of Star Trek novels, and then we'll have the articles and some cool like kaiju artwork.
As we go through here, I just want to make a note that QR code that's on the screen. If you flash that QR code, it will take you directly to the Kickstarter for this kaiju issue for Monsters.
Nice.
There were fun covers. It looks as if it's magazine size, or is it comic size?
No, it's going to be 8.5 by 11 inches full magazine size.
Nice. I've learned long ago. Make sure I always have comic size bags for magazines in my house at all times. I've been dipping my toe into the magazine world a lot more lately. There's just so much good stuff out there. Jedi has as well. We both have a thing for Vampirella, and like to go back and get a lot of those old amazing covers, be it for Frazetta, San Julian, all those amazing old covers from that. All the old creepy and eerie stuff is really fantastic. So you got 3 cover options on this Kickstarter.
Yeah, so we got the Congo vs. Gorgo cover, and we got the Mega Squatch cover, and then we have a limited edition Godzilla cover from the 1954 Godzilla.
And that's original screen cap from the Toho, right? From the
we were able to license that image, which is really cool. So we got that from the original movie, and we had to have a Godzilla cover in there, so I was really happy about that.
That's awesome. That's a good one too. And then you got a bunch of add-ons as well, which look like fun.
Yeah, so I'm doing I'm doing my own version of like Marvel Presents. We're doing Monstrous Presents. So I'm going to reprint 2 of the comics from the first 2 issues of Monstrous, and then we're adding a third original story in there. That's going to be King Bond. So King Bond is a giant ape he's a cross between James Bond and King Kong.
Nice.
So he's a kaiju super spy. Really excited about that. And then we have the Conga and Gorgo coin. So I've been trying to do a challenge coin for every. I'm looking for my Kolchak coin now. I can't find it. So we did a Kolchak challenge coin, and it came out really good. So we're going to do Conga and Gorgo.
Yes, as Jedi and I are people that fund a lot of Kickstarters. We.
But here's my Kolchak coin.
Oh, nice. We like all the tchotchkes that are available.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for a T-shirt too. So hopefully you got the big boy sizes, because that's where I struggle.
I think it was up to 5X.
Oh, I love it. All right, good.
And the prints are beautiful too, as well. Those double-sided prints.
So we got this really cool print from Itaro Kinoshita. I hope I didn't butcher that. But yeah, he came up with this really cool kaiju design. I think it's a crayfish that he calls Zaragazami. One sign is his new design, and then the back is his original design that he did in I think 2014.
Nice.
Cool.
Some good stuff there, and reasonable. Nothing's breaking the bank there.
No, it's reasonable.
Like all the booby magazines that Jedi and I get off of Kickstarter.
That you can charge premium prices for, because you people will spend a lot of money for those.
Yeah.
So
yes.
I know I'm very tempted to just dive into that, and then because those campaigns do really well.
Yes, they fund quite quickly. You'll see, funded in 5 minutes.
That's why we did the naughty cover for the Dr. Omega, because we were kind of testing the waters and seeing if people would they bite, and they did. So so that's our that's Miss Creation, the Barbarian Bride, and she's like a cross between like Red Sonja or Conan and the Bride of Frankenstein, and she's very well endowed. So
well endowed. That's nice, and you did it right, because I appreciate as again someone who funds way too many Kickstarters. You did it right with a naughty and nice cover and a bundle for a reasonable price.
Oh yeah, I've been studying those campaigns.
Research.
You make Joe very happy with the assets on the cover.
I like I said, I am a sucker for. Normally, I buy the nice covers.
No, you don't. Cases. You don't buy the nice covers.
I truthfully, most of the nice covers are a little questionable to begin with. But
he does. But he also buys.
But when you bundle and you have a set, I'm like, oh, you know what? $30 ain't breaking the bank to get both.
You gotta get the set.
Yeah, I'll get the set. But, some of the other ones, it's like, well, it's $50 for the naughty one and $20 for the nice. I was like, oh, I'll just get the nice.
Yeah.
So, James, what I've seen, and Joe's been doing this longer than I have as far as the Kickstarter stuff, but so what I've seen is a lot of times on Kickstarters is once you start going down and it varies, the lengthy sometimes list of add-ons is you can go back and actually order like stock or old stock of stuff too. Do you offer stuff like that for someone that might have maybe missed the boat on some of your earlier stuff, that they can hop in on?
We add that stuff in, to the list of add-ons. So I might not sometimes promote it on the page, but if you go and back and then you see the list of add-ons, they're usually available there, or it's usually available on my website, monstrousbooks.com.
Look at that. See how well prepared we are. You're scrolling across the bottom.
Now we're rolling. We had a rough start, but we're rolling now. Actually, we've even got Styx trying to join, so we're cooking now.
I can honestly say this, man. We're living in a world today where we're eating good, man, when it comes to classic monsters and monsters alike and kaiju. It's a great time. with a lot of regular monsters, like brand new takes on the monsters. Godzilla, like I said, all these new things that are like all these new creatures and characters that they're making. It's awesome, man. To be a collector, a comic collector, and just a overall fan, because there's a lot to choose from. And you don't have to worry about just being obligated to one thing. There's so much that this is so much out there, which it's a great thing, and different takes. It's not the same thing. And just the brilliant minds of everybody that are putting out all these projects. Just the concept of like, wow, how'd you come up with that concept, this concept? And people can't say, oh well, classic monsters, regular all these. It's just a different. There's different pools for everybody if you really think about it.
Yeah.
When it comes to the creatures and kaiju. And welcome, Styx. So definitely, I'm enjoying all this stuff, man.
So what you got 4 days left on the Kickstarter, right?
Yeah, and okay. Tuesday night.
Oh, we lost. I had a question because you mentioned earlier in our conversation that you're a big fan of detective, whether it's detective movies or novels or whatever your media is. So do you read any of the current detectives? I'm a big Ed Brubaker fan. I love reading his stuff. Are you a fan as well? Being guilty, I haven't read a lot of your stuff. I plan on changing that now after hearing more about it. But like I said, I'm a big so if you're anything like Brubaker, I'm already a big fan. So is your stuff like how does it compare with Brubaker? Are you a fan of Brubaker, stuff like that?
I am. Yeah, I love all that stuff. I love like Elmore Leonard, James Ellroy, Dashiell Hammett, and Philip Marlowe, all that stuff. So
Chandler.
I Raymond Chandler. Yeah, I mean, because I that's kind of like the Dead Jack stuff. Is I kind of just rip off Raymond Chandler, but do it in a very goofy way. I mean, the Dead Jack stuff is more of like a Looney Tunes version of like Raymond Chandler, stuff. I'm doing more serious stuff, so I mean, you'll probably start seeing more of that stuff too. I mean, my tastes are always all over the place, so it does range from kind of like Looney Tunes to like even like very dark and deranged horror, and then to like fun, like pulpy superhero stuff. So, I hope that people kind of come along with me, but my tastes have always been all over the map.
Some of that stuff is the goofy loony stuff is very niche right now. I don't know if we'll probably talk about it later when we start talking about TV stuff. But if you look at some of this, and I'm not saying your stuff is in the same category as like The Boys or anything like that, but some of that stuff is so. I mean, it's grotesque, it's naughty, but it's hilarious at the same time. So I mean, without being like rated NC-17. That stuff is kind of niche like now. The scary, but stuff. Joe and I are big Terrifier fans. We love the Terrifier movies, and it's very gross, but it's funny as hell to watch. So watch some of that stuff. So, So I don't know if your stuff is kind of when you say Looney Tunes, I'm thinking, is it gory? Is it but funny, or is it just
the Dead Jack stuff is probably more like Shaun of the Dead type.
Okay.
Horror comedy. And even like the Omega 11 too is kind of more, it's more fun and brunch. That's more like maybe Rick and Morty type stuff.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, like I said, it's whole. And then I'm doing Shakespeare Unleashed too. So I mean, it's like people like what the hell's with you? And it's
a live action Rick and Morty would be pretty gory. I think. I think the cartoon kind of fools us. Yeah.
Yeah, it can get kind of like a little sick, and So, but I love that. But that's that stuff I love. I love like Rick and Morty, Shaun of the Dead, and all that. So, I mean, a lot of times for me, that's kind of my natural instinct is always to make kind of stuff funny. So I kind of have to, if I do want to do something serious, I have to kind of stop myself and say, all right, don't try to goof on this. Try to not do a parody. Because that's my natural instinct is to try to do parody or satire or be funny.
And how about and again, I apologize. It's just I haven't read a lot of it, but as far as like continuity. Do you pay attention, or is continuity something that you pay attention to when you're writing?
I try. I screw that up sometimes. I mean, with Dead Jack, I've had to like retcon that a few times. Yeah, I mean that sometimes, you know, with something like Dead Jack, if you maybe don't write the next novel for like a couple of years later, you forget everything that you said. You might have said in book one, like, "Oh, Dead Jack's like, oh, I hate jazz music," and then you know he loves it.
You see,
so
that's the thing when it comes to continuity. It's a pain when you have everything.
Yeah.
It has to fit perfectly, and sometimes it gets annoying because you know you can't have other stories outside certain aspects of the story that you're doing because it has to be in a cohesive.
But you can just, like you said, you can just retcon it. Dave Filoni does it all the time with Star Wars. He's like, yeah, I'm going to change this shit.
It was all a dream.
This is how I want it.
Yeah. When it's your show, you can do what you want with it.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So, do you plan on having Kickstarter be kind of your primary place to launch stuff for the most part, going forward, and then branching out elsewhere via the website and possibly getting into like Barnes and Noble and stuff like that, and Amazon?
Yeah, I mean that's Kickstarter has been the primary way of funding these projects, and it's been an incredible platform, and it's been really helpful. I mean, I couldn't have done any of this stuff without Kickstarter. When I did the Kolchak 50th anniversary graphic novel, that was supposed to, originally it was just going to be a 100-page graphic novel, and I didn't know any artists or any writers, so it was going to be this small project. But then it grew and grew. The first writer I ended up getting for the 50th anniversary was Peter David.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, okay. And so then I was like off and running with that. And then after Peter David, then we were able to get like Rodney Barnes, and then we got Steve Niles, and then it was getting crazier and crazier. And then the 100-page graphic novel turned into almost 200 pages. So that doubled the budget. And then that book, it made over $100,000 on Kickstarter, but it cost about $100,000 to make, So, once you go up to like $200, and then, we have all those big name writers and big name artists too. We had Gabriel Hardman in there who wrote a story and did the art for that. He was actually doing the storyboards for Indiana Jones 5 at the time. And then he was like, all right, the next thing he did was then he wrote his Kolchak Bigfoot story. So, and he's expensive too, as you can imagine, coming off of Indiana Jones 5. So I paid everybody, a decent rate. So how can I have done that without Kickstarter? Unless I just had $100,000 sitting around and I was willing to risk it all. So Kickstarter has been amazing. But yeah, now I got distribution for comics and for the prose books. So that'll start rolling out in 2026. So I mean, while I love Kickstarter, I'm there's still so much more to the book. That Kickstarter is really just a pre-order platform. So that that's you're raising money like a year before the book even comes out. So you don't want to just raise the money, a year before the book comes out, and then the book comes out and you say, screw it. There's so much more that you can, do with the book. And, a Kickstarter, if you get 1,000 backers, that's huge. But if you release a book to brick and mortar stores, 1,000, if only 1,000 people buy the book, that's a failure. So, in traditional publishing, you got to sell at least 10,000 books or more. Yeah. So, while it's great with Kickstarter, it's in the name, Kickstart. You're starting the project, and but you don't want it to be the end all be all to your funding. So if I can get the Kickstarters going, and then I can get the distribution, we're doing well, then the sky's the limit, I think.
Nice. How much of a pain in the ass is everything, from kind of a soup to nuts? Because you have to deal with all the bullshit. Because I mean, you're a writer. I'm guessing you started as a writer more than anything. I mean, was once you build a universe, you kind of figure out why don't I just publish this under my own brand?
Right.
But all those other little things that nobody thinks about from a Kickstarter standpoint, from finding a printer to, what if they print everything off and the proofs are horrible, to, what if you have to make changes,
and
all those kind of headaches. Is it still worthwhile for you, even though it's a huge pain in the ass?
I feel like it's like too late now. I'm already
you're already in,
and you got to deal with it. Yeah, I mean, sometimes once the project takes off and it's successful, you have to deal with all that stuff. That's kind of the tricky part of like a Kickstarter, is because you're getting all that money up front, and sometimes you maybe haven't done that much with it, or you might have just gotten a few pages. But yeah, you haven't even dealt yet with the printers, and you haven't dealt with postage. Postage changes a year later. So you Kickstarted a year later, especially like during COVID. It was like, oh wow, like all of a sudden the postage prices go up, and then international prices go up. So you have to deal with all that. And now we're dealing with tariffs. So, Kickstarters I did last year, we weren't counting on these tariffs. So when I was trying to get the Kolchak meets the classic monsters, I was just ready to start printing the comics. And I had actually sent it to the printer, and I paid for it the same week that all those tariffs were announced, and I'm printing them in China. And that was just literally, I think I sent it in, paid for it on like Monday, and then like on Tuesday they're like, yeah, the tariffs are going to be 150%. Oh no,
it's going to be a little more expensive now.
That sucks.
Yeah, and so then I actually canceled the order, and I was looking around for printers in the US, and I've actually found the printer who did all those foil covers for like Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
It was like, but then the price, when they gave me the price for what they wanted, it was it actually would have been more money than paying for the 150 or 200% tariff in China anyway. So I was like, if that's not going to help me. So thankfully that stuff calmed down, and it seems like it's really not an issue now. And supposedly books are exempt from the tariffs too. So I was able to print so far the first 2 issues, and the price was about the same. So it was just a little scare there, a few months ago, and hopefully that just all goes away. But yeah, there's crazy stuff like that you have to deal with. Yeah, and
it's tough too, because with Kickstarter you're normally dealing with lower volumes than you would be, If you're putting something in Barnes and Noble and you're going through a publisher and be like, I need 20,000 copies of this to go out, your rate per unit is going to be a little cheaper.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, so if you only sell like maybe 100 or 200 copies of your comic, you kind of are a little screwed, because now you're going to be paying a lot more per unit. So maybe it could be even up to like $5 on just for one comic. So now how do you sell that at the comic book shops, and when the distributor takes like 50%, Diamond would take 50 or 60%, and you can't sell your comic for $4 like Marvel and DC.
No.
Because it costs you $5 to print it.
You can still lose money. Yeah.
So you're losing money, and there's so many, and I think with Diamond, they could return your comics if they don't sell. So you can really be out of a lot of money with this. You can, so it's not even, even after the Kickstarters and all that, Kickstarters are pretty straightforward. So once you start dealing with distributors and printers and the books, the comic book shops and all that, it's so many headaches, and you do question,
I just kept writing somewhere.
I just want to write. Yeah, I mean, that would be so much better, just to be able to write and just come up with all these stupid ideas and not have to worry about all this stuff. But I do like this side of it. I do like putting all the stuff together and dealing with it.
It has to be fun with just some of the talent that you've pulled in terms of some of those other writers and things like that. That has to be fun.
Because sometimes I look at my email and it's like, wow, I was like, I have all these people. I have like David Mulchin emailing me, and Steve Niles, and all these people, and And the next project I have like these huge artists that that we're working with, and it's like this is nuts,
A quick question. Basically, the kaijus and all the monsters and that. What is your dream like character, like from monsters or kaijus that you would love to get somewhat of like rights to that you can do, if you can say anything about it,
I mean, I would love to get the rights to the Godzilla, obviously. I mean, and I haven't tried, but it seemed like they're giving those rights out anyway. So maybe
every title seems to have a Godzilla book out every week. I'm like, he's on spaceships, he's riding skateboards.
This is why I said he's good, man. We're seeing Godzilla fight superheroes. Godzilla just everywhere. It's like Turtles is coming out. Godzilla and Turtles now. So it's like really it's fun.
And then you got Godzilla's destroying every city. You think there was
exactly
destroys Boston and
Chicago and you name it.
We have a lot of properties. And I don't know. I think like Styx, this stuff better than I do. Like Popeye, a lot of properties, the copyright or whatever has expired, so it's like open game. Is whether any of that stuff kind of Popeye, Mickey, is it not Mickey but Steamboat Willie or whoever? Do you keep your eye out for stuff like that you could maybe grab a hold of a character and use that?
Well, we do that with the Omega 11 series. So we combine characters. We do have a Popeye. We have the Popeye Sinbad amalgam, and the tricky thing though with stuff like Popeye and these characters that are supposedly entering the public domain is that they're not really in the public domain because these companies, what they do is they trademark the names, so then they own the name. So maybe you could do a Popeye story, but you can't use his name. So there's a lot of other legal stuff around it. Especially
you get that with Conan. You get that with Conan all the time. You see a bunch of Sumerian books, but it's Conan, but it's not Conan.
Right, and I work for Weird Tales magazine, and Conan started in Weird Tales.
Oh yeah,
and we've been really wanting to do Conan stuff, but that's very tricky. He's not in the public domain yet, but I don't know. I don't think even when he does get in the public domain, that's why people think that when Superman and Batman go into the public domain, they'll be able to do story. They're not going to be able to do Superman or Batman.
Warner Brothers is going to have a team of angry lawyers doing something.
That's way too much of a viable IP right now. There's no way you're going to get anywhere near Superman. Conan, maybe not as big an IP, and you probably won't get near that. So you have to really kind of get to the more obscure stuff. But it is tricky. So, I mean, we're always kind of dealing with public domain stuff. So that's, the Universal stuff, is all kind of open. I mean, you can do Dracula and you can do the Frankenstein monster and all that stuff. But I'll wait to see what other people do with Conan. and I want other people to go and do the Popeye stuff first and see if they get to. I would love to do Tarzan. Tarzan's been in the public domain for a really long time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see people doing new Tarzan stuff. I mean, Dynamite got sued when they were doing, and they weren't even calling him Tarzan. It was like Lord of the Jungle, and I guess they made a deal with the Edgar Rice Burroughs estate.
Yeah, because I think his grandson is still.
Yeah, because they're really protecting that IP. With they came out with a whole like Edgar Rice Burroughs universe and stuff, so they don't want to give up Tarzan, and you can't even really do John Carter either. I mean that came out in like 1912, so that's been in the public domain for a long time. But we fall more on the Deja Thoris side of the John Carters.
Yeah, John Carter. They had Disney did the movie that didn't do that good.
No, but it's a great series, and like I said, I mean you've probably gotten a lot more Deja Thoris recently than you have John Carter, but still same universe. So I get the big question for you as somebody in this, what do you collect?
Well, I've gotten really super into trading cards lately. I've been dropping so serious money on that. And then I discovered Whatnot, and I was like, oh no.
Oh yes.
God.
That's a rabbit hole. No, that's bad.
Jedi, I'll tell you about my Whatnot issues.
Yeah, so
he watches me and laughs.
Whatnot on eBay, man, it's getting you know, I always when I was a kid, I collected, you know, comics and baseball cards and everything, and I was always still interested in it. But you know, in the last few years, when I started putting out comics, and then I started doing trading cards with my comics, and then doing all this stuff, it got me more interested. I mean, like, all right, that's a good excuse now to buy, you know, vintage comics and buy trading cards and stuff. And it started with the comics, then it kind of morphed into the figures. And then it got me back. I'm even started collecting baseball cards again.
Huh.
So it's gotten really kind of messy. So I've been getting. I have all these cards around me. I got like, you know, I got the wallet cards. I love these. So like Mattingly is my favorite player.
Oh, that was me. Mattingly was my favorite Yankee.
Oh, okay.
Up in the '80s, yeah. Everything Mattingly right now. So it was Mattingly. Then it went to Derek Jeter. I had a huge Derek Jeter collection. I got rid of eventually. I have a Derek Jeter rookie card right now, and I have an Aaron Judge autograph 9/5 10 auto grade by Beckett. So I kind of keep those. Those are my low Yankee cards that I have now because I'm a diehard Yankee fan. So
yeah,
you know, the Blue Jays won today. The Yankees are still tied for that first place, but we'll see. But
don't fall in love too quick, James. He's a Cowboy fan too. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm a Cowboy fan. My heart's already cut out with a spoon already, so the season's over. I don't care.
I like the Cowboys in the '80s with Roger Staubach and Dorsett, but I stopped following football.
Yeah, you know, my father was a huge Buffalo Bills fan.
Okay.
So my brother's now the Buffalo Bills fan, and you know, we ate good.
Styx jam.
Cowboys ate good in the '90s. We did a good job. You know, it's just it's going to be 30 years.
We've been starving ever since.
So,
Hey, I actually bet on the Bills to win the Super Bowl this year.
yeah, well, because everybody thought that Sidney
I like
Sweeney
that
would
bet. I like that bet.
you.
Yeah.
Because of what
Yeah,
got big
that was fake.
True, right? I mean, come on.
I was
Yeah, so I
bummed
mean,
to
that
find out
maybe-
that wasn't real.
So I started doing the trading cards, and I think that's kind of morphed into just now I'm gonna have a bad gambling addiction too.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
You can't get away from it.
Popping, especially if you pop packs. I mean, if you just buy what you like, that's one thing. You start popping packs.
But you know
That's a
what's
cool
crazy?
game.
The one thing I find, if you pull a 1 of 1, say for
Yeah.
Tani, those cards every
Oh,
time
well, yeah.
it's like 10 grand. So you can make 10 grand off a freaking $30, $50 pack of cards if you pull out a card.
But what are the odds of you getting? I mean,
Yes, it's a 1 of 1 for a reason.
Oh, I hate those people. Yeah, I went to Walmart and I bought the last 2 boxes there. And I got a tiny gold rookie card autograph. The 1 of 1. Get out of here, man.
yeah. Well, that's how they get you because they, like, you know, I see all these videos and some kid pulled out, you know, they went to Goodwill and they go, it's like $20,000. And then you go, all right, you know, maybe I can just, you know, I just get 1 pack and see.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
I love the stories, like, you know, the renovators that are renovating an attic and they find a box of like Amazing Fantasy 15s or something.
Yeah.
When is that going to happen to me? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you always got to keep your eye out. You know, you look for like estate sales, and it's a, you know, I guess your best way of getting any of this stuff is like, you know, some old dude who was collecting all this stuff, croaks, and you hope that his family doesn't know about it.
The wife has no clue.
Know the worth of it, and they say, "Hey, do you want these comic books?"
You know, listen, we all collect something.
It's
The
gonna be me when
background,
I
we all
die.
have something. You know, and I have a little Boba fetish. I'm huge.
does.
You know, but
Yeah, but,
definitely it's a pain in the ass. Clay, you know, if you want to make money with stuff today, you can. It's the money from the vintage stuff where the money is. If you're just gonna collect, just collect now. If you're gonna collect, sell, you're not making money. Collect what you like to collect for your own personal stuff. You know, and too many people jump into this stuff thinking that they're gonna make a big buck. It's not that easy. That's the one thing. And on top of that, the stuff today is mass produced. It's garbage compared to the vintage stuff that we had growing up in the 70s and 80s. I really wish I had all my toys from the 70s, 80s. I would definitely be.
Dom needs a time machine.
Spot.
Dom just wants to be back in the 80s.
Oh, I do. Give me a time machine, please. Please.
So you said you worked for Weird Tales?
I still do.
Oh, you still do? Have you dipped your toe into a lot of the vintage pulp stuff?
I'm always tempted. That stuff is a little expensive, and even like the old Weird Tales stuff, it's expensive, and it's never in any good shape either. So it's like,
it's super brittle.
I collect
It's like-
pulps. I have some old Brundage Weird Tale stuff and stuff like that. And yes, the condition in buying pulps is sometimes it's just confetti. You order it and it comes in, and you're like, I can never take this out of a bag because it's going to just disintegrate.
Yeah.
I was helping a buddy. I'm sorry. I was helping a buddy sell some comics out of his garage this a couple of years ago, and he had a box, and I think it was like 2 or 3 boxes, and I went to open it, and it was like a bunch of like golden age Western romance type stuff. And as soon as he saw that I was about to open it, he's like, "Dude, don't open that." It's like it may just like this dust, like everything pulverized out of it. So it's kind of like Schrodinger's cat, I guess. It's in there, but it's not really in there.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Hey, James, I advise you one thing. Don't let these guys manipulate you in these other things. Collect what you collect, and what you're doing is perfectly fine, because they can manipulate, and next thing you know, Whatnot, friggin' FanDuel, you'll be figured all over the place, and before you know it, you'll be doing books with TNA all the time because they're gonna corrupt you.
It's crazy. Well,
Whatnot is dangerous.
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah. We appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, James. You're more than welcome to hang out for the rest of the show.
I have one more question for James.
Yeah, okay.
I have one more question for James. And he may drop off when I ask this. He may just say like, but again, I read his bio, so I'm like, I want to know.
Jedi does his homework.
He said that you once had illusions of being a stand-up comedian until a traumatic experience forced you off stage. So can you tell us about that? I gotta know. Like, something terrible must have happened.
We're going full screen for this one.
Yeah, so I wanted to be a stand-up comedian before anything, really. I mean, that's kind of what got me into writing. So all through high school, that's what I wanted to do. You know, I love Saturday Night Live, and I was really into like George Carlin and Eddie Murphy, and like all 80s again. It was the golden age of stand-up comedy.
Raw and Delirious, man.
I love that stuff. That's what I thought I would do, and I didn't want to go to college, so I thought, maybe I'll start, hitting the stage in my senior year of high school, and maybe I'll get something going, and then I won't have to go to college. I could just be a stand-up comedian, and then I'll get on Saturday Night Live, and I'll start making movies, and I'll start writing books and making movies as well. So I was kind of preparing, and I was writing stuff throughout high school, and then there was in my senior year, there was this opening at the comedy. I forget the name of the comedy club. It's the same comedy club in Seinfeld, that he plays in the beginning.
Oh, okay.
The Beacon Theater.
No, it was a Midtown comedy club. I forget the name of it. It's not the comic strip, but it was one of the. It was well known. But they were having like an audition, so I'm like 17, and so I said, all right, I'll do it. So I waited online, and they bring me in. And on the line, the guy was talking in front of me, and he was like, "Yeah, I was all week. I was rehearsing in front of the mirror, and I was doing my act. And this is how stupid I am. I was like, oh my god, you rehearsed it? I was like, I'd never actually said any of this stuff. I just wrote it down and memorized it. And I was like, oh, this is my first time. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to be in trouble. And I went with a friend. I said, you have to come with me. So I actually got up on stage, and I was always a very introverted kid. So this was really took a lot for me to get up on stage. So I got up on stage, and it is really scary because you get up on stage, you can't see anything. It's totally black. And
those lights are right in your eyes. Yeah.
The other problem is the whole audience are other comedians who are trying to get this gig too. So they're not going to laugh. So I was doing my act. And what I didn't realize is that I didn't have any transitions from one joke to another. So I was just going from one joke to another that had no connection. And then people were laughing in between the jokes because I had no transitions. And then I was like, wait, why are they laughing? They're not laughing at the punchlines. They're laughing in between the jokes. And then I started getting paranoid on stage going, why are they laughing? And it's like, and then I started thinking like, that's a really bad thing for a comedian to get paranoid when the audience is laughing. It's like, I'm in trouble. So I don't know. Maybe I was up on stage for 30 seconds, just for a minute. And then I was just like, all right, I'm done. And then when I went, got off stage and I said to my friends that I guess I'm going to college. And then
I'm going to be a writer.
The next day I applied for college, and then I went to the library and took out all these books. It was like, I got to start studying. And then that's when I kind of made a decision. Like, I'm just going to stay behind the scenes and just write. So that was my stand-up comedy.
And it all worked out. It worked out. That's great. Yeah, I had to know the story. I had to know the story after I read that. I was like, did he get heckled? Was it like
that's really my writer origin story, But it took me 30 years after that, Well, yeah, about 20 years later, really when I started like taking writing seriously, and then stuff happened. But it's a long journey.
Hey, it happens. Hey, as long as it hits.
Hey, you're braver than I am. I don't know if I'd ever even got up there. It's I'm amazed sometimes that I'm able to get in front of the camera and do this once a week. It's just like getting in front of a live where I don't know.
It's a whole other thing. Yeah, I wasn't prepared for it. So but it all worked out.
Hey, listen, I did acting, man. So I kind of I know what what it's about, man. So it does definitely get to you. If you see something, you definitely get.
Tom played Vinny the Rod. What was the movie's name? What was the movie, Dom? Vinny the Rod.
It did a musical, a dinner mystery, murder mystery, gangster. It was like it was supposed to be Sopranos. It was Sopranos. It was Sopranos, not Sopranos. I played character Vinny the Rod. Did that, and it was my one and only time I did it. Which
David Chase is chasing you down now.
Yeah, it was fun, but it was
I think there's more. Dom will not share, but I think there's more to with a name like Vinny the Rod. I think there's more to this movie than he's sharing with us.
That was not a movie. It was live. It was live movie. It was did a show. So kind of like it really. You think about it, I'll be 55 in October, man. That shit was like almost 30, maybe 25 years ago, man. Like 20, but almost 20 years ago.
Life takes some turns.
That happened, but it was good. It was fun. I listen. I'm going to go back to acting again, man. Do that now because now that I'm older, I can play the grandfather. I can play the father. I can play this and that. I can play the father going back to.
We got to go get those new updated headshots.
Yeah,
his old headshots. He has hair.
That's some funny shit.
I'll be Santa. That's all I can do.
Hey James, real quick. It was funny because you're on this week. They were talking about you last week that you were coming on the show, and the picture they had on the thumbnail when they were showing you, I'm like, you look like you were doing the guy behind the tree. The meme of the guy behind the tree.
Oh yeah.
I was like, and he goes, "Oh, way to go, Dom! You're gonna make fun of the guy."
Hope he's not watching.
He's not watching, but I saw. I said, "Oh, why he has the pose from the dude?" And these guys started laughing. I was like, "I'm just saying, it's funny."
Well, like I said, you got 4 days left on the Kickstarter. There's the URL up there. The QR code will take you there. You can also go over to monstrousbooks.com and check out. You got a back catalog there of stuff that people can dip their toes into as well. We look forward to this and more coming. And like I said, anytime you want to come on, you've got a project that's coming up, you want to talk about it, always feel free to reach out because it's good stuff. It's in our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
It's the kind of stuff
we like. That stuff.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah,
it
was a lot of fun. So I would definitely do it again. And I do need money because I'm going broke with Whatnot and eBay. So I'm a few
the man needs cards. The man needs cards.
I wish I could warn you against it, but
I'm chasing that 1-on-1 judge card.
You get that one. If you get that 1-on-1 judge, actually, you might not get the money that you wanted to get if you get the Otani, man. The Otani rookie.
You think Otani's worth more than Judge?
Dude, that guy. Well, right now, judges became the fifth member of the 50 home runs in 4 different year category. Behind Babe Ruth, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, and Ken Griffey Jr. That's a big thing. And on top of that, he broke the walk record, the intentional walks from
Yeah.
Ted Williams, the American League, with 37 intentional walks and shit. So kind of, he's making becoming a legend himself with what he's doing. Like next year,
any 101.
you know, the only 101 card I ever had in my life, figuring I had Mike Stanton. I pulled his card out. I actually pulled it out of a pack, and I actually traded it for something else. But it wasn't his rookie card. It was the second year card with the rookie little rookie
The cup.
the year symbol in the bottom of the corner.
Yeah.
And I should have kept it because he had his 450th homer this year. You know, he's even though he's been hurt a lot, he still puts up good. Like today, he had 2 homers today.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think he'll be in the Hall of Fame.
He should be. You know, listen, the non-steroid era, definitely the players will definitely go in. You know, like we're not going to see another dude like Judge because Judge is 6'7".
Yeah.
That looks like a friggin' mop stick when he holds it. So,
Yeah.
All right, guy. I see it. I got my relic as Stan and Judge.
oh, nice.
Oh,
I like
nice.
that.
Well, we'll know if we see you walking around with a sandwich.
When they're in Bolton in the Hall of Fame, this is going to be where it's.
Is it autographed? No, is it autographed? Or
It's
it's
not, but it's numbered. It's numbered to 150.
150? Nice.
Well, we'll know if we see you walking around with a sandwich board that says "We'll write for cards." That your hobby has taken over.
So
Now, you know what's going to sell that Monstrous, that Godzilla cover? I think that Godzilla cover is going to be
yeah,
That is a good
that's
limited
a
cover.
Definitely
popular cover.
popular one out of all of them. Yeah.
Like I said, if you want to hang around, please feel free. We're gonna kind of move.
We're doing
on
I was going to say, I mean, if you want to hang around, please do.
Go to bed.
Yeah, I know we've seen that stack behind you that you have to start working on.
And I do actually have like 600 books I got to send out by Sunday. So
Well, we appreciate you coming on. Again, open invite.
Absolutely.
Anytime you want to pop on, you got a project, something new popping up on the website, whatever, or just to hang out. Always reach out. Feel free. We really appreciate
this is a
Well,
blast.
baseball. If you want to talk baseball,
Baseball, yeah. You can do,
Only Yankees. That Dom will only talk Yankees.
that's me. That's all I care about.
There you go.
We definitely appreciate it, James. Yeah, like I said, anytime, please reach out. Again, there's the URL for the Kickstarter. The QR code will also link you there. And of course, you can also go to monstrousbooks.com and pick up some of those back issues and other collections there to pick up some pretty cool stuff. Read, kids. It's important. So thanks again, James. We really appreciate it.
All right, take care. Thanks so much. This is fun.
Take care.
Thanks, James.
Bye. That was fun.
That was cool. That was
It
fun.
was. Yes, good time.
Just a little heads up as a reminder, Kyle's Kickstarter is up around 21,000 right now. I'm too lazy to update slides because I do too many slides during the week. But the Kickstarter is up around, I think, 21,000. I think you said, Jedi. Last week
125, I believe.
So it's getting close. And I know Kyle and Nubia appreciate all the help. So you can pop on GoFundMe. And the Kickstarter is there if you'd like to contribute. Comic Now later this week. Let's see. We got Stake Presents Jessamy, the LCD Local Comic Shop Day 2025 Early Edition #1. That slipped out there this week. I know I picked up a couple copies myself. Karma. This is a trade paperback. This was the Kickstarter Merca and Dolpha cover. It's just a good cover. I don't buy as many trades as I should, but when they got good covers, you might as well. And last but not least, this week, Invisible Man had a lot of really cool covers, but the Eraser cover is just cool as shit. There is a ratio of this that's black and white, but truthfully, the open order with the color looks just way cooler than the black and white because you actually see the eraser and the shavings, and it makes more sense.
That's cool. Thank you, RP. But I can't be a voice actor, man. I don't know. I would love to make the money they do. Appreciate that.
For the future, Tears of Paranoia #1. This is, I think, our first Robert Crumb comic in about 23 years. So if you are a Crumb fan, you're going to get some new Crumb in comic form. I think he's like 81 at this point. So I'm a big fan of Crumb. So, hey, go out there and check it out. Also, Ghost Pepper, cover B. I'm not even going to try to do. You're Italian, Dom. You say the last name.
What the last name of what?
Of the person who wrote the Ghost Pepper, the Carmine there.
Oh, Carmine. Was it Glenn Demisio? Glenn Demisio.
There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Demencio.
Yeah, Glenn Demisio.
Ghost Pepper's had some fire covers.
That's good.
Domenico.
Yeah, the Ghost Pepper covers.
Demisio, something like that. Yeah.
And also, Conan has a new series out, Scourge of the Serpent. The number 3 cover, or on number 3, the B cover is just pretty sweet. Any Conan covers where it's featuring a woman always tend to be pretty damn good.
Good selling points.
This is no exception. So, Conan title still good out there. Tops and tails this week. Mark Beecham has a cover on Fantastic Girl.
Ooh, I like that cover.
Which is on Kickstarter right now. Yeah, it's a hot cover. Fierce moose knuckle there, but
I like that cover for other reasons.
I knew that was going to be mentioned, but yeah.
Yeah,
like
it's hard.
cover.
It's hard not. It's
Wow,
pretty
look
much
at that crease right there underneath the.
Yeah,
nice.
But it's a beautiful cover.
It's a beautiful cover.
So that is my tops and tails for the week. Jedi, I did slip in your cosplay.
Are we doing pick? Are we going to do pickups?
You know what? Yeah, what the hell?
I didn't know if we were.
We're going to run it today
Yeah,
anyway, so let's just do some pickups. We got a lot of stuff,
right.
and I pulled Jedi into my debauchery.
What happened, man?
Well, yeah, Styx, where were you, man? Styx is like run out of gas for your generator. What's going on? Styx is like, what? Wait, what? So this week, Joe, I lied to you. I was going to show a lot of Zombie Trap this week. I got a lot. I'll save it to next week. I decided not to do it
as well, so we'll double up on our Zombie Tramps next week.
It was the show I knew was going to be running long as it was, but I do have a lot anyway. So I finally got my Monsters number 6 Vampirella covers. I got the regular, the paper. Where is it? Trying not to. I have the foil. And then I got the metal. These took a while because apparently, and Bruce told me about this first, a lot of the metals were damaged. So initially we thought they weren't going to reprint them. I didn't know if I was going to get this, but Keen Spot said that they requested replacements. So I did finally get it. I bought some, this is not a Vampirella book, but it's a Vampirella homage cover, and I'm kind of a sucker for anything like that. So these are leather covers. They're actually they're one of one leather covers by Sutor or something. I don't know, but yeah, so I got the green.
The dress is leather.
Yeah, the covers are leather.
The whole cover.
Leather cover. Yeah, the book covers are leather. So I got the green, and what doesn't happen to me very, very often at all is I actually won the giveaway. They had 2 buyer giveaways. I won both of them. So the first one I won was this. Whoops.
That's nice.
Okay, yeah.
No,
I had to make sure. I was like, oh shit. No, so the first one,
I started scanning.
the first one I won was this, and so you got to choose which one you wanted, and so I said, give me the nice one. And then they did another buyer giveaway, and damn it, I won that one too. Hardly ever happens. So I got the naughty as well. So I would have the set. So yeah, that doesn't happen for very often.
Off in my house. What the hell? Fungal.
I got some Perillo. I got Perillo signed Purgatory.
Oh, nice.
Wait, show the cover again. Put the cover back on. Let's see. Oh, nice. Okay, Crying out. I like that.
Purgatory, Perillo signed. Perillo signed. All these are signed by Perillo. Red Sonja. Another Red Son or Hell Sonja in this case. Another Red Sonja by Perillo. Another Red Sonja by Perillo. You see a pattern forming here. Another Red Sonja, Perillo. Perillo. Red Sonja Chaos, Perillo. Perillo.
That guy cranks out work, man. I don't know.
I know
how
he
he's
does.
entertaining.
Another
Painting
Hell
models.
Sonja, Perillo. Got a Perillo Deja
Oh,
Thoris.
nice. That's nice.
And I never heard of this before, so it's probably, I don't know how. It's by Dynamite. It's Samurai Sonja. Anybody ever heard of it?
Oh yeah,
It's
I
Perillo.
have some Samurai Sonya.
Oh yeah, so it's signed by
most of that
Perillo.
run.
So I'm like,
There's some killer covers in there.
Of course, you
and
do.
then this just came in yesterday. I had ordered the Wheeljack Vampirella 4th of July with the remark graded. So this came in yesterday. Got a 9.8 on it. The Vampi
Oh, nice.
#1. This is #1. This is 4th of July, red, white, and blue. I'm a sucker for hot babes in the red, white, and blue. So and then got the remark on
That's
there
fun to
too.
remark.
So yeah,
Nice.
that's all I got
Great
this
feature.
week. Next week there's going to be a lot of zombie traps. So just buckle up.
A lot of titties. Nice.
We'll double up. We'll double up because I got a nice stack from there too. So we'll compare zombie traps. All right. So this week I got some weird shit as always. Let's start some Sally Forth. Let me do this fun thing here because I hate when our stupid camera does this. Let me unmirror this so all my stuff isn't backwards.
Look, the
There we go.
cover, the camera actually uncovers the protective things on the boobs.
Yep.
That's what happens.
Wouldn't that be nice?
So got some of the Euro Sally Forth run.
That'd be quite the feature.
Yeah, exactly.
X-ray camera, just like in the
Yeah.
comic books.
Got some Triple X women.
Nice.
Damn, Joe.
Absurd
I
book.
swear,
Some
it's
some
always
John
fun.
Workman.
Joe needs to start posting on his Instagram when he's going on
Sure.
whatnot
This is
to
the
buy
bottom.
shit.
Bring that book back up. Bring the book back up, Joe.
That's
What it
John
says.
Workman cover.
Masturbate.
Dude, some of the titles, and I'm not going to say Joe goes after all of them. It's always fun to watch Joe. But some of the titles on the shows, the streams that Joe and I watch, are like they're just some crazy ass like BJ Betty.
Nuts.
There was one Bambi and what was it?
They're all
Bambi and the bucket of cum. It was there's some crazy ass
Yeah.
fucking titles,
There-
man.
There's some
It's
crazy,
freaking
there's some
crazy.
crazy stuff.
You got freaking
Yeah.
backseat Becky.
Always pick up some cave woman. I did pick up a copy of
Oh, that's
that.
cool cover. I like that one.
I got some Greg and Fake. American Nature presents. I Love My Santos Sisters.
Are those remarks or
Yeah,
you gotta
yeah.
Okay.
No, it's
Oh,
signed
nice.
and remarked.
Cool.
They sold those off their site, so I got a couple copies of that.
That's cool.
Little Luana Vecchio. Let me mix it up. Let me throw a little curveball here. Little Usagi
yeah.
Yojimbo
Okay,
number
there you go.
2.
Ooh, what the hell is that?
Yeah, that's Usagi Yojimbo. That's number 2.
It ain't. There's no.
No,
And
thought back to it.
No,
I got a
well,
little.
There we go.
little-
There we go. Now we're back.
Betty Page. Who Killed Betty? Another Who Killed Betty. Little Betty.
They had
by
some
the
Betty on
hour.
that stream last night. Joe was going hard for that Betty on the stream
Oh,
last night.
James and I were going.
James Kreider,
back
yeah,
and
James
forth.
Crowder, James Ryder, James Kreider. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys were-
going
you
back
guys
and
were
forth 'cause
battling.
he collects Betty like I do, and he took the good Betty lot last night. So
yeah. There's
Hour.
some deep pockets in that stream last night.
Little Mercy Sparks, little Enerjax cover, little Herrera cover.
Hey, I ordered that. Is that the Kickstarter that just ended?
Yeah, I just got them this week.
Oh,
yours should
I wonder
be
if I'm going to be getting mine. I know I ordered that. one.
little milk. Very happy to get this. Was quite jazzed.
I remember when you bought
It's not an
that.
expensive book in any way, shape,
Oh, I
or
have
form, but
that.
it's in great shape, and it's hard to find in great shape because these books ended up in dollar bins and beat up.
That's the one where after you won it, you said, "My night is done. I can go to sleep now."
I have that one.
Clive Barker,
I have all
Celluloid.
Oh wow, that's
just a
disturbing.
cool Marilyn
Celluloid.
Monroe cover.
Oh. Yeah.
Little old school reprint, a little Space Hawk. Little Spanish Conquest. A little more Spanish Conquest. A little Hack Slash. And last but not least, a nice little wheel, a little Matt Hoffman.
Wheel, yeah.
Yeah, I like Hoffman. So I picked up more this week, but most of those required too many stickers. Styx?
Nothing for
No
me
sound?
this week. It was a
You got some? Okay.
slow week for me, so nothing today.
Just one thing. I got the 1 in 25 red, white, and black, or red, black, white, and red Boba Fett. And you know what's funny? I still haven't read the book yet.
I was gonna ask you if you read it yet.
I haven't read it
last week.
Dude, I've been like this whole week. I've been busy doing things. My wife's going away tomorrow, so I don't have. I'll probably read it this week sometime. I'll definitely get it in, but I'm just freaking tired, man. I'm exhausted. So that's the only thing I have. No toys, no nothing. Everything else is. I might have something next week, baby.
All righty. Jedi, who we got this week?
Oh, you caught me. I was editing something. All right. This week we have, I forgot her name, Lisa Mancini, who is, she's been cosplaying for a while.
That's a spicy meatball.
In cosplay years, she's been doing it for a while. She has quite a lengthy IG post as far as her pictures and stuff goes. A lot of stuff. So a lot of content there to sift through. So I put myself through it. I made myself go through and look at
all the hard work.
Look at them all and pick the ones I like the best. So yeah. So obviously here we have a little not Woody, but the cowgirl. I don't know her name. Jessie. Thank you, Styx. Little Jessie, and then you have some Poison Ivy. And then they always sexy now. She's sexy now. I don't know how sexy she was back in the 80s and the 70s, but she's sexy now. Got some.
I like where they're going with it. I
can't find my glasses.
Yeah.
I think it all started with the live action. The live action Scooby Doo. I think started the. I forget her name. The actress
Sexy
that played.
Velma?
Yeah.
The girl from Freaks and Geeks.
It was the Velma
Freaks and
series. It was that Velma
Oh, really?
series.
Oh, okay. Because I know the actress from Freaks and Geeks played her, and she's pretty hot. But anyway, yeah, we got. I don't know if we're ever going back, but okay. So we got some Vampirella. We'll be talking about Vampirella a little later.
Yep.
And then for Dom, because I always think of Dom.
Oh, thank you.
We have Slave Leia.
Ooh,
She had some really. Dom, you might want to go to her. She has some very, very nice Slave Leia picks to pick through. It was a hard time settling on just these two, to be honest with you. She has a really good one.
Hold on.
I'm not talking about, they weren't dirty. They're not nude or anything, but they were very sexy.
Yeah, hold on.
Just good stuff. Good stuff.
Yep.
Good one this week, Jedi. I'm happy with that. For our 5-minute Vampirella this week, we went back to what went out last week. So now we're loaded up, so we can do the Halloween next week because that came out this week. So we're good to go. So for Vampirella this week, we did Armageddon number 3. Weren't a ton of copies on Armageddon number 3. But you do
Lyrics is doing some great covers in the series, though.
All right. This girl, right?
Nikki Mentz, I forgot her name already. Mancini.
Yeah.
I believe. I can barely see it, but I believe that's it.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
So yeah, as always, you get a nice Linsner, you get a nice cosplay. It was a nice little set. So if you remember back the last issue that we read, she was kind of swallowed by a large
Hellworm.
Much like a dune sandworm.
Yep.
Had ingested her, and we kind of start off with her inside, and she's meeting some people that have been hanging out there for quite a while.
It's one of them since creation. No, not
Yes.
since creation. No, he's been around since creation, but he hasn't been in the sandworm or the hellworm since creation. But yeah.
Yeah, so you got some people in there. So she's having some conversations with them. We flip back to the group.
Well, before you leave, so the whole time I'm looking at these illustrations, I was thinking, man, this would be a gruesome, if they ever did a live Vampirella and they did this would be pretty gruesome, because in the stomach you get basically the stomach of these worms have these little tentacles that basically like leeches, I guess. They like leech onto you and like suck your essence or something like that. So that's what you're seeing here. You're seeing all these little tentacles like either suck or embed themselves in their skin, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, and then like I said, the flipping back to the squad of people that are getting put together to try to figure out what happened to Vampirella they're weird breaks in the story. But we get to see that big werewolf creature beat the shit out of some people. So that's kind of fun. So it looks like there's people, I guess, kind of recruiting people to take them to
they're demons recruiting people, promising them, because they're down on their luck people, right? So they're promising to take them to a better life, and these are demons in disguise. They're taking them. I think they're taking them to hell, right? That's where
that was my understanding of reading it. So this little team that's trying to figure out what happened to Vampirella gets into some scraps. We see the big bad, the skull guy, try to escape. And then they kind of go through the portal. Then we zip back to Vampirella again. And she's still inside, and she takes a little nip. She takes a little nip to get a little strength. And then we kind of end up back.
The other person in the stomach with her, and we'll see how much of this person we see, is Cain from Cain, right? Yeah. Cain from Cain and Abel, son of, it's Cain, right? Yeah. So it's Cain.
So she takes a little nip. And she gets the strength that she needs. But we get a little look at I guess the landscape there, and we see that she is actually worshipped there as the goddess of Armageddon.
Yeah, did you know where those in that last section when you got up against that guy who starts talking in the very, very, very tiny print? I mean, it's in hell too, but is that the first time we've seen this guy? Is this an introduction to this guy? Because I didn't remember him.
I think so. I don't remember seeing him before either. So I jumped around a lot, but we have some Vampirella lore there where she is revered there as a goddess, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see her popping out of that worm.
We get a mention of Nyx again, so fingers crossed we'll get some Nyx. And nice. This is a lot. This one so far is a lot easier to follow than the ongoing Vampirella title that we reviewed last week, where there was 15 different references to previously. Yeah, this one's a lot easier to follow so far. Yeah.
Yeah, this one just kind of jumped back and forth from Earth to Hell. And it was relatively straightforward. So it was a decent book. Like I said, these tend to wrap up pretty fast. They don't have super long story arcs. So
5 or 6.
Yeah. So we're kind of at the midway point right now. So I'm guessing we're going to see Vampirella pop out of there and kick some ass pretty soon for the last part of the arc. So it was decent. I didn't mind it. How did you feel about it?
I liked reading this one. Well, like I said, it was easier to read for it's like the flow, even though they did kind of jump cold stop to different different scenes. You didn't have all the references that, to me anyway, kind of make me pause and be like I don't know, when I see the little asterisks with the references, it kind of breaks the flow for me. So I don't like seeing those. I understand maybe that they're probably necessary, but
I feel I'm
for me
missing
it breaks
something.
the flow. Yeah.
I feel I'm missing something really important, and then that sticks in the back of my head while I'm going through it.
Yep.
So, yeah, this is far more straightforward, more so than the other title. But we'll have a nice palette cleanser next week for the Halloween special. So
it's a one shot. I believe it's a one shot.
Yeah. So that one will be fun. So that's what we got. And now, of course, it's time for Dom's favorite segment.
It's time for the That's Not a Comic, That's Not a Comic, Salia Comic, Salia. It's time for the That's Not a Comic, That's Not a Comic, Salia Comic, Salia Comic. Oh, cool. Sale of the week.
We'll go back. Sorry. So the theme this week, before I jump in and you see spoilers, the theme this week was according to my Google search, the 6 top most paused scenes from movies from the 80s. All right. So having said that, number 6, we have Ghostbusters 1985. My camera's right in the way, so I can't read. Ghostbusters 1985. We had a sealed red border VHS sold for a best offer of $323 earlier this month. The scene that is paused in that is Ron Jeremy, obviously the famous porn star, Ron Jeremy in the crowd when the ghosts are released from the firehouse headquarters.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Ron Jeremy is in the crowd, so people would pause the scene trying to find Ron Jeremy in the crowd. So that is the 6th most paused scene according to my Google search.
When they should be pausing when Zool is
Yes, it does. Bustin' does
big
make
movie
it so good.
Yeah.
Yes. Styx, how dare
Absolutely.
you, man? That's inappropriate.
I know. Very appropriate.
At number 5, we actually have a beta. We talked about beta last week, Beta Max or betas. 1982 Tron sealed beta from sold for 3 bids, just under $130 earlier this month. The pause scene was there's several Easter eggs in this apparently, but one of the more paused scenes is Mickey Mouse spotted in a solar sailor scene. Does anybody remember that?
I can't remember. I saw this a long time ago, Tron.
I don't even know what a solar sailor scene is.
12 years old when this movie came out, and I saw it. So I
remember watching it then. I remember watching it recently and going, "Yep, still dumb."
Yeah, I said last week I'm not a big Tron fan, so I thank everyone for not sending me hate mail on that, but I'm still not.
Let me tell you, the Tron was it Tron Legacy, the new one that's coming out. That's the new
Ares.
Yeah, Ares.
Yeah, I want to see that. It looks pretty awesome.
The trailer looked good.
Yeah, I'll probably wait for that one. Actually, I was hoping. I know James was busy. I thought James might get a kick out of this if he stuck around because he's like us. He's a kid of the 70s and 80s. At number 4, we have the 1988 WFRB sealed. I don't know what that stands for. VHS sold at a fixed price of $59 late last month. The pause scene in that is catching a glimpse of a nude femme fatale Jessica Rabbit.
Yes.
I don't believe that.
Who Framed Red Rabbit there?
I remember that.
Yeah,
Jessica Rabbit was made of a porn star.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot my own acronym. I did that and I forgot about it because it was too long to type. Yeah, I don't remember this. There's not actually a nude scene of her. There may be like a close nude, like she's changing, or I don't remember. It's been forever since I've seen this.
There's a couple of good cleavage spots that you can.
Cleavage, yeah. There's some
or-
some cleavage scenes, but I don't recall
She's
there
buxom.
being a nude scene.
She's buxom.
Yeah, she is a buxom lady. Yeah, WFRB is me putting in Who Framed Robert Rabbit and then forgetting that I shortened it to WFRB because it would run off the screen if I didn't do that. So that's a typical Jedi.
You're military. I would expect nothing less than acronyms.
There is you're supposed to remember them though when you use them. But I my memory. All right, moving on to the next slide. We have number 3, Teen Wolf, 1985 Teen Wolf KBC VHS, sold for $40 earlier this month. Pause moment was a wardrobe malfunction of a girl in the celebrating crowd at a basketball game. Anybody remember that?
I remember that. She's in the crowd and the top falls off, something like that. I remember that.
I don't remember that, but I mean, I don't remember it. But it's there apparently. If I had you can probably find it so much easier now. Than
Everybody
back
does
in the
that.
old days.
You pause every second. People pause everything. Just
but you could probably find it as a steal on. Back in the day, you had to work for it. Now you can just like Google it and probably get a kick out of it.
I'm going to give you a Tubi recommendation a little bit later, where you don't have to pause anything unless you want to see maybe somebody clothed.
Ah, nice.
Yes.
That actually suffered through the commercials for something like that. At number 2, we have the 1987 Three Men and a Baby sealed beta, again, sold for $30 back in late June. Pause scene in this film, ghost of a child who died in the house where it was being filmed, revealed in a window as a shadow. Now, I seem to remember.
Yeah, so apparently they came to the conclusion it was a cardboard cutout in the background. They talked about it that it was, and they said it was a cardboard cutout that was in the background of a baby. So I don't know.
So it wasn't real. It was debunked.
Yeah, it was debunked, but it's still creepy though.
And I thought people just watched this for the lovable Steve Guttenberg.
And then finally, at number 1 should come as absolutely no surprise to anybody. 1983 Fast Times at Richmond High sealed VHS. This one is graded an 8.5. Sold for $600 fixed price back in late June. Drum roll, fanfare, Phoebe Cates, red bikini, pool and fantasy scene. The most paused, according to Google.
Yes.
VHS scene from the 80s.
No dice. Listen, this was one of the best scenes. Phoebe Kate was the hottest in this Fast Times at Richmond High.
Yes.
Of course, Judge Reinhold was fucking beating his meat in the freaking bathroom.
She's coming
she was in the pool.
Early porn. This was early porn for him.
Oh yeah.
This was, I think,
Phoebe Cates it still is. She's a smoke show. That scene
I think
is.
I'm going to put this ahead of Porky's, though. Porky's has the reputation, but I think as far as I'm going to give the edge. Although the girl from what was her name in Porky's?
Kim Cattrall.
The girl that screamed. She did go on to have a very successful acting career.
I
can't remember.
No, Kim Cattrall. She was in
Kim Cattrall.
Yeah, Kim Cattrall. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, she went on to have a very successful acting career. Yeah.
Unfortunately, she never looked younger than 40.
Judge Reinhold
Judge Reinhold was the young man fantasizing about the naked Phoebe Cates. Yes.
Yes. When he threw the hot coffee in the would be Robert's face. He goes, awesome.
Lassie. Yeah, there it goes. Terry knows.
Got this Spicoli.
Yeah, Lassie.
Totally awesome. Freaking Spicoli, man. You bring pizza to the class without sharing to everybody? What's his name for My Favorite Martian, the teacher?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Learning about Cuba.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Right.
I liked it. That was a good topic this week, Jedi. Good little hook.
Yes.
Another week.
The most poor scene was we're figuring out what's the name with our beaver showing.
No, Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
I saw that in the
I was
theater.
surprised. I was surprised that one did not make the cut. But again, this was per Google. Yeah. I mean, that was in the 80s, so I don't know why that didn't make the cut, but it did.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
You have to add an end to that cut to
the original scenes of Wizard of Oz. There was people that hung themselves on trees in the background when they're walking through the forest. There was a so the original the filming of the scenes that people killed themselves in the forest.
God.
What they say.
And then you see, and then a couple of the scenes, you can see people dangling from the tree, like hanging, and they
You see little elves' feet. That's terrible.
crazy, man.
They didn't give a shit. They just crammed those actors full of some more uppers and like
Hey,
acting.
film,
2 movies to
film
shoot
costs
tomorrow.
money. Film costs too much money to waste.
Good
All
stuff.
right.
Good stuff, Jedi. All right, because we had James on tonight, I just did a little mini spotlight tonight. As we've been going through the past week or so, a few weeks, some John Bolton covers have been popping up. So I like to bring up artists sometimes that people aren't maybe horribly familiar with, but they've probably seen some of his covers.
Is he related to friggin' Bolton? Friggin' Michael Bolton?
No,
Michael Bolton.
No.
Yeah.
this John Bolton was born in the UK.
Tell me how am I supposed to... Okay.
But he has some amazing work. A lot of his stuff you can find because of some of the titles. You can find in cheap boxes every now and then. The guy has a great stuff. He has that's one of the best heavy metal covers out there. It's just a beautiful heavy metal covers. He did some covers on Epic Illustrated as well. He did a nice wraparound
Speaking of
cover.
80s.
Yeah.
Speaking
Nice
of 80s makeshift
Yeah.
porn, the heavy metal movie.
Nice wraparound cover for Call the Conqueror. You're probably most familiar with his work from a lot of the Pacific comics. So he did a handful of these awesome covers on Twisted Tales, Alien Worlds, for Eclipse. Again, more epic illustrated stuff. The Twisted Tales stuff was great as well. I pick these up anytime I see them because you find these in dollar boxes all the time. And the whole sets are fantastic. They're great stories. And the covers are just absolutely outstanding. Painted covers to me are just badass. You don't see that many people anymore doing that many painted covers. The Conqueror Harrier Comics, which was a UK imprint. I actually picked up a copy of this last night on Whatnot. I was amazed to see this because I didn't think I would ever get this book in hand because it is a UK book and it's not very easy to come by that series. So I was happy to find that one. He has a John Bolton Halls of Horror, badass looking cover. There's a lot of great fantasy type covers as well. The Tales of Terror, that whole series, also wonderful painted covers. If you like horror, those covers are fantastic. Marvel had the Amazing High Adventure, yet another fantastic Bolton cover. He did a cover for Marvel Age as well, which was fun. He did A1, which I believe was a wraparound cover as well. Little innovation action. This one popped up in our innovation thing when we were going through innovation. So the Angry Shadows cover. Did a little Saturday Morning Fly in the Eye. It's just a creepy ass cover. That man's tongue is covered in flies. Cormac Mac art did a bunch of really cool Roy Thomas stuff. So you get some barbarian type stuff. He did some covers for Cheval Noir as well. That is like one of the creepiest covers that I had seen in a very long time.
I hopped back in when I thought that was her feet. I was like, what the hell's going on with this?
They're her legs and feet.
Those are her feet. Yes, okay.
But they're arms. It's a creepy cover. It is a very,
creepy.
very creepy cover.
That looks like that looks like a video Dom would send me on IG actually.
And you get a little David Lynch in this issue as well. So again, rest in peace, David. He did a lot of Aliens. Some of his Aliens covers are some of the best ones. They're just badass painted Aliens covers. So if you're picking up a lot of those small little minis and one shots from a lot of that Alien stuff from Dark Horse, A lot of those covers are Bolton painted covers. He did a fun cover for Phantom Stranger on Vertigo imprint. Did a little more Cheval Noir. Did a beautiful cover on Mary Shelley's Frankenstein for Topps. Again, Topps got some of these books. They sit in dollar boxes, but they're great covers.
You know, the Leatherface and the Jason books definitely have some appeal.
The Topps stuff.
And the X-Files too. Sometimes the X-Files. So.
Yeah, I got a bunch of the X-Files stuff. He did a beautiful cover for Ghost. He did one of my favorite Evil Dead covers, which I just think is awesome.
Nice.
And then he did that. What is it? Federal Vampire and Zombie Agency.
Yeah, I have that. I have that series.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh,
yeah.
Never seen this.
Yeah.
You never saw that?
I never seen this one. No.
They had different books. They had a guy who had like the Excalibur. He had a gun, and it was like an Excalibur. It was like instead of a sword, he had a gun, and it was crazy. So they had some good stories. Some wild stories.
Who's the publisher?
Is it Renaissance? Was it Renaissance or was it
Renegade?
Yeah, I forget. It might be Renegade. I forget who the publisher is on that. I'll find it for you. Styx.
Radical? I can't read it.
But this is actually really a cool series. It's up the alley, Styx.
Yeah.
So that's your 25 quick John Bolton covers for the night. Just like I said, I like to throw in when we can do a short little spotlight. Just somebody that you've probably seen 100 times digging through boxes on covers and be like, oh, that's a cool cover, but maybe never knew who did it. But now you know. John Bolton. There you go.
Tell me how am I supposed?
Yeah. You ready, Jedi?
I'm ready.
You got it.
Coming soon, Collectibles! Dom might have helped a tiny bit.
I sent a couple of things this time around.
Yeah, you sent. I didn't see it until today, though. So
I sent it before the week, man.
I know. I just didn't see it until today. Luckily, I already had it I had those already in my list, except for one, Dom, that you sent that was in my slide 2 weeks ago.
Which one?
The Neo. We covered the Neo a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
So anyway, that's okay now.
Okay.
A very short list this week, so this won't take very long at all. First, we did have the Predator, Hot Toys Predator, Broken Tusk Predator, 1/6
cool.
scale collectible figure. This is obviously he has a broken tusk. What's cool too is you can tell he also has an alien skull or something on his breastplate there. It's kind of cool. So this is coming from Hot Toys. We have more Universal Monsters. Seeing more and more of these, so hopefully I didn't cover this already. I don't think I did. This is from Super 7. We have Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon, and Dracula.
I was looking for the mummy for Styx. No mummy yet.
Yeah, probably 3.5. 3.5, I guess.
These are three and 7, like 3
and 3/4. Yeah.
3 3/4.
Yeah. I like that wolf.
We have also from Super 7, we have Svengoolie.
People love the Svengoolie.
Svengoolie.
Don't sleep on Svengoolie.
And we also have a Super 7 Peanuts Trick or Treater, I guess, coming out.
I got a rock.
And then Dom called it. Styx is gonna love it. We have the Mummy riding a tricycle.
I said that to Styx.
Oh, that's
He
fun.
did. I love this. This is great.
I like that.
Yeah, Super 7 Universal Mummy, Universal Monsters, the Mummy, and the gray, I can't talk today, and blue trike. So this one, now there were some others that I saw that are either already been released or maybe are coming soon, but I did see this picture as well with some of the promotions, which is Frankenstein and Frankenstein's Bride, also on the tricycles. So I don't know if those are previously released or coming soon. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Well, they have Godzilla.
for pre-order right now is the Mummy. We know the Mummy's pre-order. They're out for pre-order, I believe.
You got it, BK. I'll throw some cocaine in next week. Yeah, I don't understand it. but I like them.
Yeah, I don't understand the tricycle either, but who knows?
I like
People like goofy stuff. That's
this is a great disposition to me.
They're also-
think of the mummy. You don't think of him on a tricycle.
yeah.
They finally
Yeah.
released the
They're not.
Scooby-Doo mummy. The Scooby-Doo mummy came out for Scooby-Doo, and it's like 100% fully posable. This and that. I think Styx would definitely like that figure too.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Nice.
We have, I believe this is the last slide. Actually, not a lot this week, but we do have Metallica Funko Pops up for pre-order from Metallica 72 seasons. I don't know.
72.
James, Kurt,
72
Lars, and Robert. So these are available on sites now, like Entertainment Earth as well. If you're a Metallica fan.
Yeah,
And that is this week. Short list this week. That's all we got.
Nice.
Not a lot.
I did give some Tubi recommendations this week, although I will say my main recommendation while it's up there is Dark City. Dark City, Alex Perlis, the guy that did The Crow. This movie is better than The Crow.
I saw that. I saw this a long time ago.
Fantastic, weird movie that I wish I could talk about it, but I don't want to give anything away. But if you want to watch a good dark sci-fi mystery style movie, this is perfect. Rufus Sewell is fantastic in it. You get a weird ass Kiefer Sutherland, a beautiful Jennifer Connelly, which you can never go wrong with. And rest his soul, little William Hurt. So,
I think Retro Nerd Girl did a watch along with this a couple of months ago.
It is.
I watched part of it. It was kind of weird. It's always hard doing watch alongs because of the way you have to do it on YouTube. But it seemed kind of interesting.
It's a fun movie that keeps you guessing, and it's a really interesting concept that's done extremely well with a very minimal cast. It's good. It's a very good movie. I highly recommend it. But I did want to talk about other crap I watched. So this week I did watch a handful of things. Of course, Alien Earth. I finished watching Alien Earth, which I'm sure we'll be talking about.
Yeah.
I also watched For Your Height Only because any Wang Wang movie is fantastic. If you're unfamiliar with Wang,
I love that.
If you're unfamiliar with Wang Wang, go watch For Your Height Only.
That is funny. He like jumps out the stairs. He's like, it's funny. That guy's a small ass dude.
I commit, BK. I will do a Gil Kane spotlight next week. He is hilarious. If you want to figure out how they got ideas for Grogu, watch a Wang Wang movie.
Okay, definitely.
It will make perfect sense to you if you watch it. The next movie, which I recommend if you like nudity, is definitely the Return to Nukem High, aka Volume 2.
I saw Nukem High, and I also it reminds me of like sorority schoolgirls. I remember those movies.
This movie does not let you down. There is nudity within the first second.
Awesome.
Of the movie. I'm pretty convinced there's more nudity in the movie than there are people clothed throughout the movie. It is weird. It's a trauma film, so that's the level of dialogue and story you're going to get. It's not going to make any sense. It's going to be as stupid as shit. But again, tons of nudity. A cameo by Lemmy as the president.
Huh.
Who doesn't fucking love Lemmy and Motorhead?
Well, exactly.
I don't know.
You get a cameo.
I can't think of anybody.
You get a cameo of Lemmy as the goddamn president. Dave Hill's in it, who I love and find hilarious as well. But it is something. That is the best I can say about it. It is something.
It's something.
I will probably watch it again just to count C-section scars, but that's just me. That's not something for everybody.
Huh.
But it is crazy. Gen V, Gen V dropped.
Oh, Gen V's awesome. I saw the first season. I didn't watch the
So they had the first four was it?
Four. Yeah, four.
Episodes that came up. I watched those. Good. I still think Gen V's better than the boys.
So I mean, I know we're gonna eventually roll into Alien Earth in the season finale. So that before we get to that, do you like? Season 2 has not started off as well as I think season 1 so far.
Well, the kid died on from the first season. One of the big parts of the first season. The kid died in real life.
Oh yeah. They wrote that in. Yeah.
But,
so
it started off a little bit slow, but
here's what I don't like about it so far. I mean, it got interesting, but what I don't like about it, and hopefully this isn't a big spoiler because we haven't got there yet, and this may not happen. But the main character, Maria, the girl that can control blood,
Maria.
I don't like that at least through episode 4, they're making her out to be the person that's going to stop Homelander. That she's going to be a greater soup than Homelander. She's going to be the one that takes Homelander down. Now, I don't understand, and I've never read the comic books, but if that's true, and I don't know if there is a Gen V comic book, if they're just writing this as an accompanying story to the boys, if she ends up being the one that takes down Homelander, then what is the use of the boys? To me, it just dilutes the boys story and makes it less important, I guess. If they make her being the,
and I don't know if they'll 100% go that route. Now, again, they're saying
they may not, but you see it, you saw it.
Yeah, they're saying she has the potential. We'll see where that goes. But again, it's just interesting to see the universe expand, and you get a little more insight into the experiments and.
We're getting a lot more cameos from the 7. They're doing 7s. We saw Starlight, we saw Fish Boy, some of the others too. But anyway,
I'll be interested to see where it goes. I'm
gonna keep watching.
Like I said, I enjoy this. Like the boys, the last season of the boys, I didn't enjoy that much. I thought it was just a little overtly political and on the nose.
I was worried through episode 1, maybe 2. By the way, some of the stuff they have in here is just so outlandish. It's funny. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But I was a little worried because through season 1, Cricket, the blonde girl that can shrink, and she was like the best. She was my favorite too, season 1. And I was a little worried through episode 1 into episode 2 that she wasn't going to be as cool as good, but then in episodes 3 and 4 for sure, she took off. She is again the best part of this, the best one. She is the best part of the series. Yeah,
she hands down is my favorite. But I've been pleased with it. I forgot it was coming out, so I'm like, oh, I have stuff to watch. So I was happy about that. I also watched The Lowdown, which is the new Ethan Hawke.
On my list,
it's
put it on my list because what you said. Yeah,
he plays a journalist, loosely journalist, in this little local paper who tends to stir shit up a bit. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. His character is very amusing. The characters and people in the show are amusing. It's good.
I saw the trailer for this today, and Peter Dinklage is in the show. Yes,
he is. There's some interesting people in the show, but it's if you like kind of that, it's going to give you a mystery. It's going to slowly unwind, but Ethan Hawke is kind of that misanthrope kind of character who rubs everybody the wrong way. It's fun. I love old Ethan Hawke. I was never a big fan of young Ethan Hawke outside of Gattaca, but I'm a big fan of older Ethan Hawke and the roles he chooses. So
like Black, in there, like he's the guy that's in Black Phone too, right? The Black Phone. That's Ethan Hawke.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Or is
Ethan
it someone
Hawke.
else?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ethan Hawke. Yeah, they got a sequel. That sequel's coming out, or
Yeah.
is it already out?
That's actually a whole universe. Because there's I think a couple other movies in that universe as well. But yeah, so Lowdown was fun. FX always seems to put out really solid shows.
Before we get to Alien Earth, also, I don't know if it's this week or last week because I was behind, but Terminal List, Dark Wolf wrapped up too. It was okay. Overall, it was pretty good. I liked it.
I still got to catch up on that.
I also watched the first 2 seasons of on the animated cartoon on Netflix, which I'm fucking obsessed by. My wife got me to watch it. And I think it's really good. I enjoyed it. And now I want to get the Funko Pops. I want to get them autographed by the voice actors. I want to freaking goddamn.
What is it again? I remember you saying something about it last week.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, so
I thought you were going to say there's another animated show on Netflix called Haunted Hotel that is really good. I liked it.
No.
It a lot.
Actually, I'm gonna watch K-pop friggin' Demon
Hunters.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. That's next. Well, my wife goes away tomorrow, so when she gets back, we'll probably watch
Haunted Hotel is just a good show to sit down and kill. Like you could binge it probably and just right through. It's actually pretty good. I recommend it just for it's a nice family cartoon. It's not over the top or anything, but it's pretty good.
I finally watched Superman since it's free. I enjoyed it.
Superman was good. Superman wasn't bad at all. It was good.
I enjoyed it.
You know what I liked about it a lot? It wasn't an origin story. He was already Superman already. It was just, and people, I just liked the fact that the origin story is done. How many more times can you say if these characters, the origin stories?
No, I thought they did a great job with it. I also watched Megan 2.
Oh, how was that?
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
Megan 2, what's it? The girl from
It's
Ahsoka.
It's a Blumhouse. It's a Blumhouse movie. Yeah, she is in it. Shintani is whatever. I forget her real name. And
what's that on? I gotta watch that.
Is it on? What was that on? Was it on Peacock? I think it was on.
I'll Google it. That's fine.
It's not a good movie.
Yeah.
I
didn't think it'd be too great.
But she was in it, so that's why I watched it. So it's watchable. It's not good, but it's like, okay, I watched the movie.
It's a good.
Transition now to what. So, what did you guys think of the season? Hopefully, not series finale of Alien Earth. I got me and my son. My oldest son calls me every Wednesday after we both watch it. I was okay. My son was disappointed. He said that the season finale ruined the entire season for him. Well, so I'm very interested to see what other people think.
I am going to tell you this. They had to wrap it up a way where it's going to go to a season 2. That they were talking about season 2. They haven't said a season 2 just yet. And if we do get a season 2, 2027, late 2027. So you could wait over a year. My main thing was Boy Cavalier. Boy, I wanted that.
You wanted comeuppance
to get killed. I wanted that bitch to get killed. That was my main thing.
They teased it with that eye. They teased
I know.
I actually, it was frustrating, but I actually appreciated the storytelling there. And then the fake outs that you thought he was going to get the eye, and then you thought the brother was going to get the eye, and then at the end, Arthur gets the eye.
Yeah. See, but I tell you what, I thought the ending was okay. I thought the ending it ended the way you're going to open up for season 2. You know, now we're going to say if season 2 does happen, it's got to be a time jump. They have to have a time jump. You know, the cyborgs are taking over. They're no longer kids. They're taking over. But it's kind of crazy how they tied up. What?
Can't be too much of a time jump.
I agree with Styx. I don't know how you do a time jump.
Yeah, but
if you're doing a time jump in 6 months,
you're going to have one with Tiny coming in. They're coming in to get their stuff, their merchandise back. So it's got to be a little bit after, maybe a couple of months after.
I mean, okay. So what are we going to get? Are we going to get? What's the company?
Weyland-Yutani.
Weyland-Yutani. Is Weyland-Yutani going to capture the kids? Or
the aliens that are on the cage? I like when the aliens just chilling in the cage with the baby xenomorph.
Yeah, I like that too. I liked it too. I like the fact that I didn't get the Alien versus Alien, but I was okay with that because we have her controlling basically the aliens.
She's
Like,
the queen.
she's like the mother. She's the
mother.
imprinted mother for the aliens.
But you know what?
But no, I want to go back to how you think we need to jump 6 months, because we have to know what happened on that island in the next 5 minutes.
But you see, if you're gonna go right after, I don't think any show goes directly right into the ending of the season before. They usually skip a little bit. A couple of weeks later, they might go back to flashbacks to show you some stuff. But I don't know. You know, my thing is that I think they ended in a way where you can have a season 2, but they also ended in a way where the story's done. That's it. They captured.
I agree. I think they did end it in a way that if we don't get a season 2, that they did wrap it up, but not comfortably, really, because I think at the end you also see the brother finally realizing that his sister, there's no saving his sister, that she is now a danger to humanity, basically.
Yo, dude, she could stop freaking other cyborgs in their tracks, and computers. Yo, that's kind of crazy, man. Like, what the hell?
I would have liked to seen the brother get roughed up a little bit more, because I just don't like him.
Well, you know what?
He was naive as fuck through the entire thing.
Girl got eaten by the plant creature. That was crazy.
Yeah, she kind of had it coming, though, because I wouldn't say she had it coming, but she was the one that kept saying through the whole thing how much she wanted to stay, and she felt like it was like skate duty, as we say in the military, skate duty. She was like, and then at the end, she kind of realized that, okay, well, I fucked up.
No, listen, Terry, it takes place 2 years before the original movie, so it can a little time jump. You can have a time jump.
Yeah, me and my son got into a disagreement, and he actually turned out being right, because I Googled it. This is not, according to Google, you guys may disagree based on what you've heard, this is not necessarily canon. According to Google, this takes place in an alternate universe than the original Aliens.
I don't know, man. All I know is it's 2 years. It's 2 years before the original Alien.
I don't remember.
I think they can make it. I think they can make it canon very easily. But again, I thought it was canon, that mostly based on what you guys have told me. But then when I Googled it, it said not necessarily canon or something to the effect that it takes place in an alternate universe. I'll Google it right now and see what it says.
Everything always depends on how well it's received.
Yeah.
Because when it's not received poorly, of course, they're going to want to dump it from any type of canon.
You see, this is the problem we have. How many great shows ended on a subpar finale? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you end on a finale where it's like amazing that you can't wait, anticipation for waiting for season 2. But how many series have we seen that the endings are like, really? This is the ending?
Okay. So before we completely, I just Googled it. According to AI review on Google, asked the question: is Alien Earth canon to the movie? AI overview, which takes a grain of salt. No, Alien Earth is not canon to the existing Alien movies. While it exists, the Alien universe creator Noah Hawley stated it takes place in an alternate timeline separate from the main film continuity to allow for more creative freedom and avoid contradictions.
Damn, Jedi, you just sounded like Styx.
What? Oh, did I break up?
You like
you roboted out a bit. Maybe we got it. So yeah, so
Okay.
no, but we got it. So, I mean, they could do whatever they want. They could easily go back on that and say no. It's
you see, Jedi sounded like Cyberman. Yeah, look, my thing is that I don't know. I didn't read anything about that. That's new to me because I heard that it's just 2 years prior to the original Aliens movie, and that's it. So I don't know. Maybe they're changing continuity because they're gonna like it's kind of a reboot type of thing going into like Predator versus Alien again, trying to redo that down the road.
I like the idea of the competing corporations, and their control of territory. There was a map that was shown in there that people have posted on that shows the 5 corporations and the land that they control. And I find that shit interesting.
Yeah, and
Styx gave me a virus.
And apparently the movie Badlands, Predator Badlands, is going to be a xenomorph in it. So they got to connect. Apparently a xenomorph will be in it. So
well, I mean, the synth is a Weyland-Yutani synth, so you're already crossing over there. So I don't know. I enjoyed
Lies!
it. I enjoyed the whole season. I didn't mind. I didn't mind the ending. Yes, did I want to see Boy Cavalier get some comeuppance? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I liked that they kept me on the edge of my seat thinking it was going to happen, and it didn't.
Yeah. I thought that was a good storytelling. Yeah.
I just
Even
think
though
that
we didn't get it.
him laughing at the end when she says, "We're in charge now. We're taking over now." He's like, "Hey, hey, hey, hey."
But he's also a little nuts in and of itself, and they are his creation.
Yeah.
I like when the android Timothy Oliphant's character.
Oh, when his back gets broken.
Well, that too, the fight, but also when he's explaining to the guy, like, you know, as a person with ADHD, you are prone to bad, basically rash decisions and making terrible decisions.
Yeah, it was good, and I liked the little reveal that his assistant, the older guy, was a synth.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That he wound up killing. And actually, you know what? It made a lot of sense when she turned around and says, "Boy Cavalier was never a boy. He grew up fast because he was 6 years old when he freaking made his first robot, so he never really was a kid."
I was wondering, for a while I was thinking, is the old bald man like his first robot, or is it like programmed like his dad or whatever? Is that the robot that did it though?
Personality. Yeah, so he killed his father. He
Doesn't
had the
matter,
robot kill
I
his
guess.
father, and he took over the personality of his dad. That's what he had. That's why he had him around.
Was that the old man? That was the old bald man?
Yeah, the old man.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was kind of wondering that.
See, I actually
I guess it doesn't really matter in the big picture.
I actually thought that Boy Cavalier was an android, that he was an old dude put in a kid because he always wanted to be a kid for the longest time because of Peter Pan. So I always thought that was the scenario. But you know what? Somebody turned out. But you know what? Like I said, it ended on a way where it's a cliffhanger where it can go both ways. You can have a season 2. They go right into a season 2, or it ended just the right way, just to wrap up the story. So
I'm hoping for a season 2.
I enjoyed it.
Again, we won't have it for a while, but
I disagree with did I get what I wanted necessarily? No. Did it ruin the entire season for me? No. God, no.
It didn't.
No.
I'll tell you, this was one of the best shows on TV at the moment, man. The writing was superb. It was great acting. Who thought that the what's his name's wife was going to get killed, which was the great at the freaking set?
I thought the redhead was going to kill her by the window.
I thought that the alien was going to kill her in the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When she turned around, the alien's right there looking at her, smiling. It's fucking cool.
And you got the eyeball finally found a home.
Yep.
In a dead man, in a rotting corpse. Yeah.
That's gonna be funny. I wonder how he's gonna pop up someplace.
He's going to start swimming. He's just going to start like swimming.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoy it.
He's going to hop out and jump in a shark and then swim and then hop out and jump in somebody else.
It was by far one of the best quality things that's been on TV for a while.
Yeah.
They put the money and effort into it, which I appreciate.
Now the thing is, the question is, Hulu is no longer. Disney bought Hulu. The app is gone next year. So we're going to see.
Yeah,
I got a notice pop up on Hulu that I got a notice pop up on Hulu that my subscription jumped to $100 a month. I can't remember how much I was paying before, but I guess I'm paying more now.
Well, Disney Plus is going up again too. So
yeah.
I mean,
you have Hulu Plus with the live.
I have the no commercials, and I also have HBO Max through Hulu, but I don't know if that's figured into it or not.
Probably is.
Probably.
The good thing about Alien is, well, you know who owns the property. Disney owns the property for Alien.
Yep.
So and Predator. So that's a positive sign of them moving forward with it, possibly, because it's already a property they own. It's not like some original thing that's out there that they can just kill.
We're gonna have a Star Wars Predator crossover because in Predator Badlands, in his trophy case, he has an Ewok skull.
All right.
And a Independence Day alien skull. So the connections.
There's Easter eggs. I don't think. Hopefully that means squat. Well, I mean, I'm not. Hopefully it means nothing.
Ewoks
that would be
in the same universe. They're in the same universe. You can have them fight each other.
Yeah. In Andor, we should have had ET's finger in his room in that antique store too, if you want to get down to it, because apparently ETs are canon in
yes. In ET
Star
movie,
Wars.
remember when he was walking Halloween, he saw the guy dressed as Yoda. He goes, "ET, home," and he was going after the Yoda. So the Yoda.
Well, not only that, in the first Star Wars, one of the first trilogy, the first prequels, in the Senate table, the Senate thing, there were ET creatures.
Yeah.
In the Senate.
Yeah, because they're part of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. Little Easter eggs. But again, I think in terms of odds for a second season, they've given Noah Hawley a lot of leeway, because there were multiple seasons of Legion, for God's sakes, and I love that show, but that show was definitely an acquired taste for a very niche audience.
Yes.
If we do not get a season 2, I give up. You're never going to hear me even take a guess at whether or not we're going to get another season of anything ever again. Because if this does not get a season 2, I do not understand how they make these decisions. I just don't. I don't get it.
I agree. I guarantee.
And who would have thought? Who would have thought in a world where we have Star Wars, we have Star Trek, we have all this other stuff, that Aliens and Predator would be the money makers right now. I can't read that, bro. You got
nobody can ever see what you're putting on the screen there, Dom.
Blow them up. What is that? Will critically acclaim. Okay, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
question mark. All right.
There's going to be ridiculous. All the stupid rumor mills and shit like that. But they'll look at the numbers, and if it did numbers that were decent enough, like I said, I don't know. They seem to be comfortable investing in Predator and Alien stuff. So
yeah. Just raise our subscription prices. Just do it and give it. If you're going to raise it, at least give us shows we want to see.
Make it a fucking movie. I don't give a shit. Just give me something. So I don't know. I enjoyed it. So at least we're getting some shows, some interesting shows coming and stuff on the air. So
all right, Return to Nukem High. That's on my watch list.
It's Return to Nukem High.
Oh, all right. Well,
AKA Volume 2. It's a somewhat more recent. I think it's 2017. But it's more recent.
Is that a watch on the is that a watch on the big screen movie, or do I need to watch on my phone type of movie?
You can watch it on the big screen if your wife's not in the room.
Yeah. The old from Modern Family.
If you are
logs on the big screen in the bedroom and the small screen in the bathroom.
If you are not drawn in within the first 3 minutes of that movie, I would be surprised. It's something. I was like, I haven't watched a trauma film for a long time, and I'm just going through Tubi, and I was like, oh, Return to Nukem High, and it's bad. It's bad. It's not a good movie. So don't expect the acting was bad. No, it's bad. It's really bad and cheesy. But
what? Well, the hell, I don't know then.
I can guarantee you 100% you will see things probably within the first 10 minutes of that movie that you will never see in any other movie. I
just typed in Return to Rhett, and the first thing that pops up is Return to.
It is it is something. You will see some things.
Wow, it's only available on Tubi. Wow.
Yeah, it's something.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
That's why I throw Tubi suggestions up here all the time, Terry, because you don't have to subscribe for Tubi. You can just go on and get some free tits and push. They lay it on. I'm very, very excited. All I want is Jedi's reaction next week to.
Did you mention Stan Lee was in this movie?
There is some voiceover.
Yeah, I'm looking at the cast. Stan Lee.
Yes, you will get some Stan Lee. Yes, it's something. Like I said, give it a go with an open mind, and you will see things you'll never see anywhere else. It is it'll make you reevaluate the Terrifier and be like, was the Terrifier really that good? Did they really do that much? Because
Terrifier's awesome.
Yeah,
where else are you going to see a guy get a chainsaw stuck up his butt? Where else are you going to see it?
Like I said, first 5 minutes, if you watch a Jedi, you'll be like, okay, this did something I didn't expect to ever see in a movie. It's worthwhile. So, yeah, check it out. So, anything else you boys watching this week?
No, but back to Gen V. I was watching that. Now, my wife did not watch season 1, so she's sitting there. Again, I said this last week. The way my wife watches TV is on the phone like this. It's kind of like. So we're watching Gen Z, and we get to the part where the guy sticks his head out of the other guy's ass. The guy that can the soup that can suck stuff up his ass. And my wife's like, "What the fuck are you watching?" I'm like. My wife blames me for stuff that other people write and make. She blames me for it. She's like, what are you watching? I'm like, I didn't write this. I didn't make it. You're sick.
Zaggy's our one Terrifier holdout. Terrifier.
Zaggy, come on.
It's bad. It's not good. I mean, especially through the most recent one. It was bad.
But you're not liking it for the wrong reasons or the right reasons. You're not, whatever. It's not a great movie. It's hilarious.
It is. But you will like I said, Jedi. I'm anxiously awaiting your reaction to the first 5 minutes.
I will let you know.
AKA Volume 2. It's interesting. It's a good one. Trauma never lets me down in terms of shock value. So, leave you with that. All right, guys. You guys got anything else?
No. I think we've gone on long enough today. All right.
Feel free to sub up to Rennavision. Always appreciate a little thumbs up. Leave some comments after the show. If there's spotlights you want to see, I'm already obligated to do Gil Kane because I promised BK. So guess I'll be doing a little Gil Kane spotlight next week. Sum up to Bruce over at Kingdom of Nerds _. He always got stuff going on. Styx, we doing some Doctor Who this week?
Yes, we will be finishing off our trilogy from the season 3 ender. We'll be watching Last of the Time Lords.
I have to catch up on episode 2 because I was too busy working this week to be able to do anything.
It was a doozy.
Yeah, so I will catch up on that, and we'll be watching that on Tuesday. And sub up to Absolute Geek Podcast, where Matt and Styx dual stream their wrestling show with Dom on Thursdays.
Yeah, pretty got a big event coming up. We have a Crown Jewel coming up from Australia, October 11th. So we'll be doing our picks soon in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on. We got a lot going on. We got Comic Con coming up. You got a whole bunch of stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. So, but yeah, so we got that, and we talk about all the wrestling from the weeks what shows come on. So come join us if you are a wrestling fan. If you like it, come on.
I'm jazzed. I got a comic shop that opened up near me.
Oh, really?
Wow.
I only have to drive about 12 miles to get to a comic shop. Versus about 2.5 times that. So I'm jazzed. It's mostly a new issue type place, but I'm happy. I can finally go in on a Wednesday and pick up books that I didn't have on my pull list and bullshit with people around the shop. So I'm very happy about that. Again, Kyle's GoFundMe is still up. It's almost at the goal, so let's help out Kyle if we can. Like I said, I know he appreciates it. If you hang out at Rennavision, you can watch the CBSI Hot 10 at 9 o'clock on Friday, which is then followed by us at 9:30. Is there an SNS tomorrow?
I believe so. I haven't heard anything other.
So possible SNS tomorrow, Saturday night at 9, on Sunday for all your Star Wars needs, Tales from the Dark Side, and on Wednesday with Bruce Dubs and Marco, you can watch the Totally Awesome Coolest Show. So I hear. I don't know. I think our show's pretty totally awesome and cool. Thanks again to James for coming on.
Exactly.
That was fun having a creator on and getting a little insight into that Kickstarter world and the publisher world and seeing how these creatives work and
Cool.
seeing how the sausage is made. It's fun sometimes.
That's it.
So check out his stuff over at Monstrous Books, as well as, let's pop in here, just pull this up again. There we go. In case you missed it, that's the link to his ongoing Kickstarter.
Yes, I do wrestling too on Thursday nights.
And that is his website for Monstrous Books to get some previously published stuff that he has as well. It was a fun guest to have on. Some really cool stuff. If you're a Kolchak fan, hey, got some great stuff. If you're a Kaiju fan, got some great stuff.
And if you're a Yankee fan too, let's go Yanks. There you go.
He pulls in some great writers and stuff. So check it out. Thanks again, James, for hopping on. And I guess with that, that's pretty much all we got. It's pretty much all we got tonight. So thank you all for joining us tonight, and we'll be back next week with apparently a Gil Kane spotlight. So thanks, BK. made my life a little easier this week. So take care, everyone.
The qualified. The qualified. The qualified.